Any people out there, y'all want that real content, that official realness, and you want to stay informed?
I want the content creators always capping.
Yeah, capping.
All on Twitter, all on social media, all on the podcast.
If you don't want content where they're reaching, talking nonsense, looking for likes,
Real talk.
1, 2.
it's showtime!
All right. What's going on, Empire? What's going on, fellow faithfuls? Yes, we are here. And if you find yourself here, yes, you are officially rocking out the Real Talk 9 and Talk crew. Plus one, we got a little company for y'all. It's backstage, and we'll bring that guy out later. All right? Well, let me get into the agenda. Don't have much today. It's kind of been on everybody's psyche, everybody's mind. If you're in the 49ers verse, that is. Trade Lance in a trade. I'm really not cool with this man, but I guess, the organization is going to move in, whatever direction they feel is best for the team. And I'm sure Trey, who has a ton of best days are far ahead of him, has to also do what's best for him. All right? And you guys know we are the home of that official realness. Nobody brings you unabashed, unapologetic, real talk like the crew here on Real Talk 9 and Talk. So, without any further ado, time to introduce crew. Hey, Real Talk 9 and Talk. All right, from the west side, the best side, the faithful of all faithfuls. Give it up for San Francisco's own Silverado Kid. All right, we're going to take it on down to the dirty south, Georgia, that is. From the Mac Town, where they Mac Town. Give it up, y'all. For you, the great.
Yeah. What's happening?
Okay, we're going to take it on over. Back to the west side, the best side with the best ride. Give it up, y'all, for not just any old cousin, but our first cousin, Super Dave, the OG.
What up?
All right, here's our little brother from the Southwest, Dallas, Texas, that is. Now, some say it's controversial, but I say he's just got a whole lot of passion. Let's give it up, y'all, for Dollar Bill Will, a.k.a. King Thirsty.
What up?
Hey, yo, we got company. We got company in the building from the Right Option Podcast. Give it up, y'all, for none other than the man himself, Jason Aponte. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And last but damn sure not least, it is I, your host, from the Rotten Apple, New York City, the one and only Niner Style. Give it up, y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
We are the Real Talk 9 and Talk crew. And before we get it started, I'm sorry, Jew. Got you in 1 minute. But you know what I got to do now, fellas. Time to stamp it.
Welcome to the home of that official realness. Let's get it in with Real Talk, Niner Talk.
All right. Yes, sir.
Feel delivered.
Yeah, guys. So, I'm sorry. Let me get this out of Jew's way here, because I know Jew is he's feeling some sort of way. I'm sorry, man. Let me cut your head off. Actually, yes, I did.
He's still feeling bad about that contest last week.
That whooping. Complete annihilation.
Wow.
Get it right.
You actually submitted Jew? This is different. It's very different. You missed the clapback. You the king of the clapback. All right. I got to change up the mood here. Hey. We're not gonna come in kicking in the door, waving our 4-4s. We're gonna mellow it out. All right. Y'all know what time it is. Like we always do around this time, we're gonna do a quick round robin. And I have one question. Starting with Silverado Cat. My brother, how was your day?
Hey man, productive. Busy but productive. You know what I'm talking about? They got their money out of me today, boy. I tell you. You feel me? They got their money out of me today at work. But damn it, this is what it's about right here, man. Favorite part of my Wednesdays, man. My family, my brothers, man. Real talk. Let's go. Blessed.
All right.
Right on, Silverado. We're going to step on over to the Mac Town where they lay their Mac down. Give it up. You the great. How was your day, brother?
Oh, it was awesome. Being that I'm on vacation this week, so it was lovely. I can't complain. Got plenty of rest, man. I can't wait to go lay back down one more time. Other than that, it was good, man.
What?
Yeah. Vacation. We're going to shoot on down back over to the west side, to the best side with the best ride. Give it up for Super Dave the OG. My brother, how was your day?
It was great. I'm counting down 4 days till Miss Jackson comes to San Diego.
I am for real.
And Luda. Oh, no, not that Jackson. Miss Jackson.
I am for real.
What Chris Rock said, I had the chance all along. He saw it with Jermaine Dupri. He said, I had the chance all along.
If you nasty, it's Miss Jackson.
Yeah, ain't that a revelation?
Luda's opening up, so I'm looking forward to that in 4 more days.
Luda.
All right.
All right.
All right, we're going to get on over to the Southwest. King Sersky, how was your day, good brother?
Oh, it was good, man. Chilling. I ain't really had much to do today, so I was chilling at the crib. I was on my phone, really. Just looking at all the bullshit I was seeing all day.
Yeah, that's what I told you. I said I saw you snatching souls. You was in Twitter snatching souls, man.
Man, I was just so I was to the point where I just wanted to drink Clorox and just take myself.
Man, look, you've been on drugs yourself crazy, man.
Let me tell you
out that shit.
It is close to
These
jump in and
people
kick
are
your ass with
weird.
him, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna stay out of this. Now, Dollar, you came to me a couple of weeks back when I went in there kicking ass and taking names, and you said, no, just leave him alone, Don. It ain't worth it. I said, you're right. Then you gonna pull me into some shit today. I said some shit after in there. I said, let me not get off.
Hey, I'm like Scrappy off Scooby Doo. I'm the little puppet that's always fighting in there. I'm just fighting with somebody.
Yeah, Dollar ain't kicking ass. And I said, let me get some of that, But you know what I could give Twitter? Twitter's they're not suckers over there. Like the half of the shit I see in Twitter, Facebook, they would have suspended you, be in jail in a minute. I swear I can't say shit on Facebook and they putting me in jail.
Oh, they sensitive on Facebook.
30 days, 20 days, 35
They
days.
real sensitive on Facebook. I don't even be on there. I don't be in them 49 groups like that on Facebook no more.
It ain't worth it. They kick you out too fast and they suspend you too easy.
Hey man, look.
It takes the slightest thing for somebody to tell on you.
Facebook, if you fart without saying excuse me, you're gonna get out of band.
Yeah. And these dudes
that's why I'm in the cut in Facebook.
How was these dudes raised? You don't go tell. Right. You handle your business. At least I know. Hey, where I'm from, we handle our business. We don't tell. Dudes don't tell. They don't call the police.
I started to say a word just then, but
my father caught a dude breaking in his car as he was walking up, and the cops came and got him. He told the cops, "No, let him go." They said, "Homeboy dived." Face dived in the backseat of that fucking car. He wasn't trying to go free. You know what was gonna happen to him. We do that in New York. South, y'all can be a little lenient. New York, we do that here. Motherfuckers don't call the cops on you here. And last but damn sure not least, I'm sorry, Jason. We just go.
No, you're good.
Our special guest, like I say, from the Right Option Podcast with his partner Andrew Languini.
Pasquini.
Oh man, all right, man. Y'all know I mess up names.
Linguini. Hold up, but hold up. Pasquini part Italian. Linguini is some fire pasta though. Like so. You're not far off.
Man.
We're on later. You usually eat around this time, so.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Andrew. My apologies.
He ain't gonna be hot about that. Like he knows he's Italian. You know, Pasquini, Linguini is some of the best pasta. Like he knows. Hey
man, they already labeled us race baiters, so we don't want to go there. No, I said it's sorry.
Nah, you know what it is. Nah, it's definitely not like that.
Well, how was your day, brother Aponte? Let me get it right, because my wife's Puerto Rican, and when I said your name last time, Aponte, she got offended.
She wants you to say it Aponte, but it don't matter. Yeah, but it's cool. Aponte, whatever, however you guys say it. But my day was great, man, and I want to say, thank you to you guys for being flexible. You asked me to be on the show, but today was a big day. I got to take my daughter to her first movie ever. And for those that don't know, my daughter's autistic, so it's a tough thing to try to sit there and do that, but she sat there and we watched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and today's a beautiful day. And then I get to top it off hanging out with you fellas, talking my talk, and today's been incredible.
Right on, my brother. Well, you know what? I want to send a great big God bless out to you, baby.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're able to get out there and
appreciate that.
Have a ball with her, man.
Appreciate that, man. She's good. She's good. I got her in the crib. I took a shower. I took her a bath, and she went right to sleep. Like that's it. Like it's all right. You had your day, but you got to go to sleep. Like that's it, man. Like that got to get back to work.
What's her name, by the way?
Averly.
Averly. All right. Let's give a big shout out to Averly.
I can't clap too loud because she's gonna get up.
Best feeling in the world is having your kid have a great day, and then putting them to bed.
Well, as you can see, my ceiling's about to crash in. My son don't go to sleep. Just do something else, man. You might see his head peeking in the corner in a minute now. And I seen Averly do it on your show. I said,
that's what I'm saying. Like I can't clap too loud because she'll just jump right out and she's just gonna peek right in. Like no. Like I gotta be cool. Like I hope she's to bed for real. But
Jordan has no chill, bro. Jordan be like.
Just sliding right
man.
It is what it is, man. What was we gonna go? Favorite part of the show, guys. We got the real talkers in the building, and they know the deal. Be respectful. Wipe your feet at the door, and y'all know what that means. Hit that like button. And don't just hit that like button. Hold on one sec. I'm sorry, guys.
No, man. No, absolutely not. Don't get Averly popped up. Like Averly gonna pop up in here and she gonna start talking about no 49ers, no football. Like, no, man. Don't get her up in.
Nope.
Teak sports and boxing. What's going on? Matter of fact, man, let's derail. Can we derail just a little bit? What you guys think of that?
The show.
Boxing?
That's my guy, though. What up?
Yeah. Which one?
Which fight? I thought Devin Haney could have. That was tight. That Lomachenko came out, was busting his ass into that fight. I'm sorry. I had
it a lot closer than some of those refs.
Yeah.
You could have made an argument that Lomachenko won that fight.
Yeah.
He definitely won the later rounds.
Lomachenko was taking him to school, man.
Right.
It looked like he wanted to hold him and hug him. Lomachenko with that footwork was spinning him, and I don't know, man. That Haney fight, I don't know about that.
He was on the R2, but real tough, wasn't it?
R2. But
what's his name was definitely gassed in the later rounds.
Yes, sir. All right, let me get this music off. Get to business. All right. Now, y'all know what time it is. It's my favorite part of the show. Hopefully, it's your favorite part of the show. It's time we give it up for our real talkers. Give them their flowers. All right, let's get it to the roll call. Let's get it. Hey, real talk, man to talk. Say what? Say what? It's the roll call. It's the roll call. All right, we're going to get things started off with Teak Sports and Boxing. Give it up for Teak Sports and Boxing, y'all. Hey.
Now, I agree
with that assessment.
From the dirty.
I agree with that assessment.
Memphis, Maine, man. Brother Eminem, give it up for Memphis, Maine, y'all.
What's happening, man?
All right, man.
Hey. We got LTP in the place to be. Give it up for our brother, Luke the Don. Give it up for Luke, y'all.
The Don.
Oh, and I got to give it up for my Cali, my Twitter homie, brother Cali Young. Give it up for Cali, y'all.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Cali?
Oh, from the NYC with me, from that Brooklyn Red and Gold crew. Give it up, y'all. 49ers. Yeah.
Jazzy Jeff. What's happening?
Where they at? You see some up? If you see them when they first pull in, Kev, just pull them up. I'm up
Boss is here.
All right, let's give it up for S. Dub. Give it up, y'all, for Steven Williams. Give it up for brother Steve, y'all.
S. Dub.
What up, Steve? All right, it's the 187 on the undercover guy. This guy's a Purdyite, y'all. He's a Purdyite. Give it up for brother 187. Give it up for 187, y'all.
187.
Not mad at that.
Demisexuals. What do they call us? They Justin Fields. What do they call us? When we were supporting Justin Fields during that draft.
Wait, hold up. Hey, I don't want to start something, but like, do the Justin Fields people look crazy right now?
What'd you say, Jason?
Do the Justin Fields people look crazy right now? They don't look crazy right now. They don't look like they were the ones that were off on their evaluations.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were ragging us at one point. I thought, what the hell do they call us? Y'all don't remember that shit?
I don't remember.
Justin Fields. Yeah, they called.
I remember we got hate.
Yeah, we got major hate for that. Now they call us transsexuals. You know,
I'm low key. Look,
it's all good.
As a guy who backed Justin Fields, I'm low key scared that if he takes a jump, I don't want to see that. I low key don't want to see that because it's gonna make me more mad about the discussions going forward.
Oh man,
and I love Trey.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jason.
man, I like Trey too,
Jason.
man.
The guys already know how I felt when we get Justin Fields. They saw it firsthand.
Look,
Yeah, we ain't seen Carlos about a month.
as long as it wasn't Mac, right? Like them bringing in Trey was the only other alternative that I felt comfortable with. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I mean, the Twitter receipts are out there. I wanted Justin Fields because of his experience, because of his durability, the way that he played in the big moments, and
yeah, the experience.
He's a baller.
And it's funny how the very reason we wasn't so high on Trey, even though we understood it, was because the experience factor. And here we are years later, and that's still a problem.
Justin Fields broke his ribs and then smoked the golden child in the college football playoffs.
Right.
Yes.
And everyone just overlooked that, he can't pass, this and that. And they made excuses about why he couldn't pass. They couldn't tell you why he couldn't pass. And now, look, if he takes this year 3 leap, I'm going to be happy, but I'm going to be sad.
I'm going to be pissed.
I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be sad, though.
Hey, I'm just like T. I just wanted anybody beside Matt Jones, dude. Who would have got Matt Jones? I would have been flipping shit. I would have been like Dollar. I would have been missing for about a month.
A month?
Man, I was gone, dog. I was gone, bro.
Yeah, man. Dollar.
That's because you bet money on it.
Yeah, that too.
That
too.
Hey, Don.
Announced the pick. It was Trey.
What's going on?
That boy Don.
Hey, click on the we got a new subscriber to the show, Nathaniel Dewberry. I met him the other night while I was out. Him and his son was bowling. They was in there with their kiddo and their Debo jersey on. And I had to go introduce myself, man.
Hey, man, let's give it up for Nathaniel Dewberry. What's going on, AG? Yeah, man, we got a couple of heads in here. We got to rock it on out, man. We got to rock it on out till
Don't forget Boss.
I see him. Let's give it up for BAWSE. The brother put it together so eloquently and ebonically. Give it up, y'all.
No, that's Rick Ross. That's
Boss.
Hey, look who it is. Boy, John. What's that, John?
Okay, we got Boss. We got Facebook.
What's good, John?
Okay, if you're on Facebook, get on over to YouTube and subscribe and
that is Eddie. Subscribe. That is Seahawk Eddie in the house.
That's Seahawk.
Oh, show yourself, Seahawk. Hey, don't come in here like that.
You okay, Eddie?
You know better than that. You know better. Better.
Eddie cool. Eddie come in peace, man. You know he ain't outrageous. You know he ain't like
he took your medicine last year. He okay?
Yeah, well he ain't disrespectful as them 2 Cowboy fans we had here last year. Where the guys at?
Get your ass out of here.
Yeah, where they at? Where they at? Cowboy fans.
Oh, they'll come before week 5.
Oh, what's in week 5? We're gonna give them this again. What's your ass?
Hey, they still asleep. We gave them that rubber tussin.
No, hold up. And we owe them their get back because we played them on Thanksgiving. So you better make Jake Moody eat that big ass turkey leg in the middle of their field. Like you could lose the game in Levi's. I'm good with that. Make sure you get that Thanksgiving game in Seattle. We need that get back. Yes, I need that get back immediately.
Oh, for real.
Stop playing, man. That one bothers me a lot, man. And like when people are like, "Which Super Bowl, whatever bothers you?" That bothers me a lot, man. Seeing Russell Wilson and Richard Sherman. Yeah, no. That bothers me a lot. We need that get back. And what we need to do is we need to put our punter and our place kicker on the field and let them eat on y'all. And we won't even give you one of the like premier players on our team. Let them eat the turkey leg on you. We need our get back.
Hey, look, and we need to beat them motherfuckers like they used to do us. They used to beat us by like 40 points.
Yep.
And we need to stop their ears together.
Yep. They was truly a thorn in Harbaugh's side, man. Harbaugh, as much as I love Harbaugh, that was one riddle he couldn't figure out, man.
Man, I got ridiculed by so many Seahawks fans that night. It wasn't even funny.
Well, let me tell you, he almost had it though. And tell me if you agree, Jason. He almost had it in the 2013 NFC Championship game.
Oh, Cap! Oh my God! Look, all right. I have an unpopular opinion that season was the most exciting season that I've ever watched as a 49er fan.
I would agree.
And look again, exciting is
unpopular. No, you're right.
Yeah. No, but exciting. Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm talking about, Kev. Him doing that to Cam, him like, and then like us wanting Seattle. Like if Navarro Bowman doesn't leave that game, Cap threw one of the greatest passes I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. I don't want to hear about. Look, I know this is an unpopular opinion. I wasn't alive when Dwight Clark caught that pass from Joe Montana. So I don't connect with that. What I connect with is Colin Kaepernick leaving his feet and throwing a ball through Earl Thomas's hands into Anquan Bolden's hands and starting to feel like, oh my God. Like Earl Thomas even looked back. Earl Thomas even looked back at Anquan Bolden like, what are we doing? Like, so again, exciting doesn't necessarily correlate to what it is. But again, when I've been watching the team as long as they have, that's the season that I look back at like, man, that's the year. And you know what else makes it triple angry for me? Right now, I can open up this curtain right here, and I live this close to MetLife Stadium. The Super Bowl was in MetLife Stadium that year, and the Seattle Seahawks went in there and they dog walked the Denver Broncos, and the 49ers would have done the same, or if not worse. And I would have dumped out my life savings to sit next to the top of the ceiling, because I ain't rich like that, to sit at the top of the ceiling to watch my team get it done That's the one that always bothers me the most, if you ask me.
You were super duper close.
Well,
man.
since I've been dubbed older than the 10 Commandments, I can remember the Dwight Clark catch where I was.
Okay.
I agree with you. That pass by Kaepernick was one of the best passes I had ever seen by a 49er.
Dave, I'm not going to argue with you because you saw that happen. See, this is the thing, is a lot of 49er fans get mad at me when I say that I can't connect emotionally with things I've never seen.
Understood.
And that's all and look, I'm a Yankee fan, right? So let's correlate it to baseball. The Yankees have won 27 titles. Can I be blunt? What the fuck do I care about what Babe Ruth did in 1912, bro? Like I don't care about any of that.
Listen,
I don't care about I do not. You know what I care about? I care about what I was able to look at with my eyes. I care about 1986 with Derek Jeter, 1988, 1999, 2000. Those are the ones so when Yankee fans walk around 27 rings, how old are you, bro? You don't get to flex those rings that you weren't alive for. Like, and people don't like when I say things like that. That's my thing.
Well, I can kind of resonate with that. I can dig where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
You know, as far as
Dave,
like
man,
it's actually adapting.
Hey, Dave, you know, Dave.
I'm showing my age, you know, Dave and I, but I was around during that catch.
I love that though. I love that for you, and I'm not downplaying the history. What I'm doing is I'm just telling you I don't emotionally connect with things that I couldn't see, but I can still do the history. I understand the history, right? But me telling a fan of another team, yo, I got 5 rings, when realistically in my eyes I've only seen one, I feel is a little like it doesn't make sense to me. And you start to sound like a Cowboy fan. Like those Cowboy fans, the ones that are the young Cowboy fans are like, oh, well, I got 5 rings. Your team don't. How old are you, bro? Like you don't know Roger Staubach. You don't know any of that. You don't know any of that. So you,
Jason, even if they were born after 95, shut the fuck up because you still ain't seen it. you still ain't seen it.
These Cowboy fans, like I said, especially younger ones, they hate our guts. They don't even know why. They don't even know. They've never even heard of the catch.
Right. They don't know that.
That's when it all turns, and they don't even know. They know nothing
100%.
about that.
100%.
So it's
but I told them about it when I went to that Cowboy training camp. I sure did.
You like we were talking Swahili.
Oh hell yeah!
They don't know what that shit is. They don't know that pain. You know, they don't know that pain.
I pissed off.
They don't know that pain, brother.
I pissed off their tour guide so bad I was talking about the 49er victories over the Cowboys.
I wouldn't waste my time with them, man. Well, look, guys, let's get into a little open discussion here. You know, a little open discussion. Then we're gonna get on to the main course. Where we at? All right, guys, let's get it.
What?
All right. Dave, do us the honors, brother.
All right. I'm getting really tired of seeing the race card being played with the 49ers QB situation. Nobody cares what color he is. We just want the better player, and from what we've seen, Brock Purdy is the better QB. Quit bringing up race, black, white, brown, etc. It doesn't matter.
All right. Now, this is a white guy who tweeted this earlier.
Yes and no.
Yeah, like
no, it's no.
Just like this. Are you the one to really be talking to? You know, it's not in your plate. Like, look, we know being here on Real Talk, we know that there's certain topics that we can touch and that we can't touch. Like this guy. Are you really the one to tweet some shit like this?
Who tweeted that? Who tweeted that?
You seen the guy earlier. I didn't put his name up there. You know, we ain't getting caught up in that. Oh, you exposed me. I'm going to sue you. I didn't want to get it all into that, so I blocked his name out. But you saw that dude.
That's my first time.
He know who he is.
No, yeah, I really don't know.
Look, man, you're naive. I'm sure I'm older than the guy. I'm like, you're naive. You just don't understand life. You don't understand much about life. You don't know how to
do it. Somebody put the name in my inbox, but
I'll put it in there. I'll text you the actual. Okay, I'll screenshot. I'll send you the actual tweet. You know, but what I'm saying with this guy is, with black with African American quarterbacks went through, that shit is real. That's a real thing them brothers went through. Y'all heard Warren Moon say it. We had to cut back on our ability because we didn't want to be cornholed or pigeonholed. So we couldn't.
When you say
run, that shit is real, man. So
when you say When you say it done, don't even say went. Say going through, because they still going through the same shit.
I'm sorry, brother. You're right. Going through.
But this is why, this is, to me personally, this is why I believe it. Like, when there's smoke, there's fire. But this is why I say that, because I mean, people was hyping up. I mean, it is what it is. People have been giving their takes on Trey Lance without giving any context, except for us all over here. All of us at Real Talk, Not Talk, other content creators, Jason. I mean, we provide context, right? But there's certain media people out there, and they know who they are, and everybody else know who they are, that says Trey Lance is this and that, but they can't give any intellectual comment. You have trolls on Twitter, trolls on YouTube. They say the same thing without giving intellectual context. And then top it all off, you put a guy like Sam Darnold. You put a guy like Sam Darnold. Everybody was trashing Sam Darnold as soon as he got into the league. Everybody was trashing him. Every year, everybody was trashing him. When Jimmy Garoppolo was being discussed about being traded, they mentioned names: Sam Darnold, Deshaun Watson, even Sam Darnold. And the fan base was online going crazy, said, we don't want no Sam Darnold. All of a sudden, now that Sam Darnold is on the San Francisco 49ers. There you go, Dollar. Now everybody want to say, oh, well, Sam Darnold is better than Trey Lance. Kyle Shanahan can revive Sam Darnold's career. Adam Gase couldn't do nothing with him. Maybe Kyle Shanahan can, and he'll be better than Trey. That's why I say it. And then you got Greg Papa going on Twitter saying that that Sam Darnold can thrive in his offense, this, that, and the third over Trey Lance, and then bring up Brandon Allen, out of all people, Brandon Allen, and say the same thing. Oh, well, Kyle Shanahan has a little squint in his eye for Brandon Allen. Maybe Brandon Allen can be that guy if Rob Purdy gets hurt. Maybe Sam Darnold can be the guy if Purdy gets hurt. That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, I call people out. David Lombardi does the same thing. Greg Papa does it. Jack Hammer does it. All of them do it. I'm calling names out. They do that. So I mean, I don't know if their intentions is racist. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know them from a can of paint. But by looking at the information that they put on Twitter, it shows that. David Lombardi put out a tweet yesterday that Trey Lance threw a 70-yard bomb to so-and-so. But he didn't have to put at the end of the sentence that Brock Purdy was walking out the gym when it happened. Why you put that in there?
What does that matter?
Sersky, real quick. Just real quick when it comes to that. The thing about Darnold, right? Like, that's the funniest, is the Adam Gase factor. And I'm gonna relay my point with no anger, anything like that. Everybody says Adam Gase can't develop quarterbacks. Okay, well, when Adam Gase was the quarterback coach for the Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning threw how many touchdown passes? Okay, so let's take that year out, right? Peyton Manning's Peyton Manning. He is who he is, but he was coming off of neck surgeries that literally had teams not wanting to speak to him. Okay,
right.
Ryan Tannehill transferred from being a wide receiver to a quarterback and saw growth that he never saw ever under Adam Gase. Okay. But nobody ever wants to bring that up. But Sam Darnold was held back because of Adam Gase. Because Adam Gase was the head coach. Bruh, listen to me. If you want to make the argument that Kyle Shanahan is the person to reinvigorate Sam Darnold's career, I won't disagree and argue with you.
Yeah.
But if you want to say that Adam Gase is the reason Sam Darnold threw footballs into linebackers' chests, into safeties and cornerbacks' chests, and literally said on national TV, I'm seeing ghosts. Yes. If you're going to blame Adam Gase,
talk about
for Sam Darnold's garbage play. Hold up. Let's take it a step further. Let's take it one more step further. If you're going to blame Ben McAdoo and Matt Rule for his poor play, he didn't beat out Baker Mayfield when the season started. Right. And don't give me draft capital, because Baker Mayfield was drafted number 1. Sam Darnold was drafted number 3. Regardless, for me, that's sticks and stones. It don't really matter. Like, you could have picked
Right.
Either of those two. The time that Sam Darnold played decent football, I don't think that anybody could watch this 6-game stretch that they said about Sam Darnold and say he played exceptional football.
Right.
He didn't play exceptional football. He played decent football. Decent football was during this time. And the reason that I know is because I watched every single one of Sam Darnold's games during that time because I'm a big DJ Moore fan. I want to figure out why DJ Moore can't cook. I want to figure out why one of the guys that I feel like is one of the better receivers in the league, that's one of the most underrated receivers in the league, can't cook. I watched. It's because Ben McAdoo literally took away every single throw down the field for him and literally put it in the hands of intermediate throws to DJ Moore, to Terrace Marshall, or either they were handing the football off to Dante Foreman. This is my problem with this. If you want to make an argument that Sam Darnold's career can be revitalized by Kyle Shanahan, I will not sit there and necessarily argue that because Kyle Shanahan has made Nick Mullins look good. Shit, he got Jimmy Garoppolo paid how many times? Jimmy Garoppolo got paid again. How many times did he have to get people paid? Right. My thing is, why are you not fully scoping out the Sam Darnold thing and necessarily running with this narrative when there are so many things that are factual that are based? Don't give me Adam Gase. Don't give me the Panthers offense. Show me with what you've watched, and this is what Sersky's talking about. Did you watch the games? Are you a casual, right? Like, I hate the casual word, but like, are you a casual? Like, are you just somebody who like looked at the?
It is what it is.
And you know how many times the Sam Darnold argument's been brought up based on how many games he won? Yeah, Deonta Foreman ran the ball 27 times most of the time in those games. You know how I know? I won a fantasy football championship on the back of Deonta Foreman on like running the ball every single time.
Yeah,
I'm completely good on the Sam Darnold thing.
Hey, Jason.
Man.
I ain't got
Hey, Jason.
90 turnovers.
I ain't got
Jason, I don't know if you watched the show last week, but I said when we signed Sam Darnold, it was like we went into the store and bought toilet paper with shit already on it. The boy is ass. The boy is straight per ass.
He ass.
Dookie.
And he's already showing it. He's already showing it in OTA.
He's falling down with no defenders.
With no defender. And he throwing potential interceptions. Some were caught, some were dropped. He's still doing the same stuff, but 90 turnovers in his career. And everybody talks about him, but when he comes to the 49ers, everybody looks at him like he's fresh, like he's gold.
You know what's funny to me, Sersky?
Shout out to our light-skinned assassin Dion. Yeah. I'm gonna go on his point. Sam Darnold was trash at USC.
Mm-hmm.
Only benefited because they had a running game. Mm-hmm. He was trash in New York. He was trash in Carolina. What makes you think he's going to be gold in San Francisco?
Right.
Brandon Allen is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold is right now. Period.
Look, I will say this. And y'all can cook me because I've gotten to know Matt Mayoko and I've actually like built a relationship with him. Y'all can cook me like for being biased. Like I have no problem with that.
No, we're not gonna cook you, but we ain't
gonna do nothing.
No. Y'all should though. Y'all should though. Because I understand this. I understand what Matt was talking about when he was talking about in the beginning. Because I've watched a large majority of Sam Darnold, not only being in New York, being a Jets, person who's like I'm literally like I can open my window and look at MetLife Stadium, like I'm that close. I watched Sam Darnold, and this is what gets me more mad about the whole discussion. When they were trying to figure out what they were going to do before pick number 3, I always said, "Hey, a reclamation project that Kyle Shanahan should take is Sam Darnold." And when I tweeted that out, that was met with, I don't want him. He sees ghosts. He's trash. He turns the ball over. Exactly. But all of a sudden, now, the discussion around him, while he's giving you a larger sample size of him not being good at football, has put you in a spot where now all of a sudden he can turn it around. With Matt's point was, while I watched that film, there were throws on there, and we're 49ers fans. He did it in 2020. The game was over. But he threw a pass where literally he was like falling to the side on Ahkello Witherspoon where he threw it off his back leg, and it was an insane throw. That's like I don't think people understand that that's an insane throw. But for every one of those throws, I can go back on his film and watch 4 throws that you throw right into a linebacker's chest, or you throw into a safety or cornerback's chest, and then that one throw negates what you saw on there. And that's my biggest problem, is you can literally look me in the face and say, I think there's a coach that can get something good out of Sam Darnold. I won't disagree with you on that. But when you tell me that Sam Darnold, with his track record, I would rather see Sam Darnold against what Trey Lance has done. That's what bothers me the most, and I will never let that shit go ever.
Jason, you know that saying. You can take
the devil. You
can take the brother out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the brother. You can take the quarterback off the team, but you can't take the player out the player. He is who he is, man.
Like I said, look,
that's why I'm saying. That's why I feel like
Jimmy Garoppolo with a better arm, a stronger arm.
That's why I feel
same shit now that he did back then. It's not going to get any different. I don't care how many quarterback whisperers you have under his ear. He's not going to change. He is who he is.
Right. So that's why that's why I'm gonna end it right here. Then y'all go ahead. That's why I'm saying that I believe that there is some type of racism in it from the media, from the media. I mean, they may not say it directly, but I say this. I say this because Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen, they should be on the back burner. It should be about Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. Sam Darnold can't do nothing, and Brandon Allen can't do nothing.
I'll say this: Kyle has tunnel vision. When he likes a guy, it don't matter what you do. You could kick a kitten. You could punch a puppy. You could toss a baby. Like, it don't matter. Like when it comes to that with him. Like, when Kyle likes you, he likes you. Yeah. Like, that's more than anything what it is about this. And I think that's more the discussion that we need to have. Like, you drafting CJ Beathard in the 3rd. You not looking at Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes because you think Kirk Cousins is going to pull up. That's something that we need to discuss. Kyle's a great coach.
That's right.
But the problem is Kyle has not gotten the most important position in football correct.
But hey, look.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Kel.
Thank you, Jason.
Hold on. Jason, you my guy. You know you my
go
guy,
for it,
bro.
Cook me.
DNA ain't gonna make us no closer. Kyle is a great play caller. I still, to this day,
he not a good coach.
Article you can go look up. Title.
He not a good coach.
The evolution of Kyle Shanahan from play caller to leader of men. He still ain't no leader of men. He's a great play caller. He can do that for you, but he's not. Number one, he's not a titivator. Hold on.
No, you got it.
He can't develop a quarterback because that's not what he does.
Yeah, I
He's a
agree there. I
play
don't think I'm not too.
So pretty much
I'm not too
either you
confident in
fit
his
what he
ability to actually develop play. I don't know if he can do it. We saw what he did in Washington.
Let me say this real quick, because Kev said he's not a leader of men, and I kind of agree with that because you ain't a leader of men because you let your players overrule you. You ain't putting your foot down saying I'm gonna start Trey Lance. Trey Lance, you draft him. You ought to tell your team I'm starting Trey Lance. But you let the players run it like it's a council meeting. The mayor wants something done in the city, but you got to go through the city council to vote to get it done.
Kev,
he's not his father. His father had a backbone.
Sersky, tell him this. A lot of 49er fans don't like this, and I know Sersky's going to back me on this because this is how I feel. A lot of 49er fans don't like to hear this. But I live in a world of range of possibilities. And I live in a world of what can happen. A lot of 49er fans don't like to hear that if Brock Purdy's turned over this shit in week 1, that he might not be that guy. And
we said that.
And you know what gets you know what gets people mad is I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I am telling you that is one of the range of possibilities.
Yes.
That is something that can absolutely happen. So the idea of you trading the number 3 overall pick, which by the way, number 3 overall pick Sam Darnold, number 3 overall pick Trey Lance. Let's also say that.
Right.
Is you want to move off of a guy right now when you don't necessarily know. And Sersky says it. We've seen this movie before. They've committed to guys early on, and then all of a sudden, a few years later,
Jason,
y'all got it.
You right,
Jason.
You right.
Jason, we would not be going through this if this was Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance.
No,
if that was Mac Jones, we wouldn't be going through this shit.
No, and you know what's fucked up is I'm sorry, Tim. I don't even know if I can say that, but you know what's
you can say it.
You know what's
say that shit
is if you would have kept it at 12. You could have done a multitude of things. You could have drafted Mac. I don't think anybody would have been mad at you taking 12 at Mac. You could have drafted Micah Parsons. I don't think anybody would have been mad at you for running it back with Jimmy and trying to figure out what was going on. You could have, if you would have said it. No, hold up. You could have read. So look, just listen to me real quick. You could have drafted Micah Parsons, had him opposite Nick Bosa, and built this team's defense and run it back with Jimmy, and then you could have explored. You could have explored the Stafford trade, whatever it is that you wanted to do later on. But you sent 3 first-round picks for a guy. You sent 3 first-round picks for a guy that now, when he becomes someone who needs development, you're looking around like he needs development,
right?
So you misevaluated. You misevaluated all of this. And look, I love Kyle. I love him. I think he's a great coach. I think that you shouldn't fire him. I think this is the guy that could be the guy that leads them to the Super Bowl. But I will not get off his neck with misevaluating the quarterback. I will not. I promise you, I will not. I don't like it.
And then people they think.
Hey.
Go ahead. People think on this show that we come on and race bait. Go ahead.
I just want to address John coming right quick. You know, John, my bro. You feel me? Kyle was the best coach we had since Jim Harbaugh and Mooch. I agree.
Well, who else? Chip Kelly?
Who else would you get to coach? See, this is just it, though.
You ain't really saying that when you say that.
People misinterpret. Listen, I've been a coach. Grant has been a youth coach, but I've been a coach for 7 years. And I'm telling you, it takes a certain kind of person to coach. It takes a different kind of person to call plays.
Kev, let me ask you a question.
You can call plays all day, right?
Kev.
But my thing is, I just don't see Kyle Shanahan at this point in time as a leader of men. Yes, his plays may work if you run them correctly. But in terms of, hey, I'm gonna run through a wall for you, I just don't really see that as Kyle Shanahan. He may turn into that.
Kev,
he's
I'm gonna ask you this.
An old guy, but I'm just saying in terms of. Okay, go ahead.
Kev, no, I'm. You and I, we speak. Like you hit me up, and you know what I love about you, Kev. Film. The plays that are going on. You can tell me all of those things. When you look at this team, and particularly this year, losing all of these quarterbacks and then being able, like us rolling into the NFC Championship game with Brock Purdy and saying, yo, we're going to beat the Eagles. And they had Jalen Hurts, who was on a historic year. That don't have nothing to do with like Kyle Shanahan's like coaching at all. Like that's what I want to ask you. It's just like, look, we have 2017. That was a terrible year. 2018 was filled with expectations. No, I know. No, hold up. But Jimmy gets hurt. 2019, we're a quarter away from getting it done. And, you can blame whoever you want to blame about that. That's fine. You don't get it done. 2020 was just a horrible year for all of us, not just the 49ers, basically, right? Like, we all lost a year, basically, because of that. 2021, they dragged Jimmy's limp arm and his thumb, and then they get that close to the NFC Championship. And then the next year, they get there with their third quarterback. Kev, you don't think there's anything that needs to be said about the way that he went from having the worst record like a 49ers coach could have to being over 500 within those 3 successful years. That's what I'm talking
about. But is that coaching or is that personnel?
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it.
Right, thank you, Dave. Okay, thank you.
No, I'm here to be disagreeable. I'm just asking.
No, what I'm saying, I mean, they will put on like at work, you're a PUP, performance improvement plan. They were given 5 years, what was it, 4 or 5 years to turn this roster around. They had a shitload. We sucked. Let's be honest, we sucked.
Yeah,
we had nothing but lottery picks. They took the lottery picks and they were smart for the way
they messed up the first round ones though, Don.
We didn't
Solomon
know that
Thomas.
at the time. I mean,
Solomon Thomas, Dante Pettis.
They've
been kicking away. They've been kicking away the good picks.
We could have got Patrick Mahomes, but they told Solomon Thomas.
If I told you I got the next Ray Lewis, you ain't gonna be on the first thing smoking to get that.
What, you thought that was Reuben Foster?
Yes.
Okay, but look, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at them taking a chance.
We didn't know he was going to turn up, but you hear Ray Lewis, who ain't gonna go at that?
I'm not mad at them taking a chance on that. I'm mad at Kyle Shanahan wanted Dante Pettis and then immediately discarding him. I'm mad at in the third round you took Jalen Hurd and Terry McLaurin was in the same Senior Bowl that was there. Like you could have had Terry McLaurin. Think about this. You could have had Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel in the same draft, and you would have been able to start both of those young men. And I don't know what would have happened later on.
Jason, we could have had Patrick Mahomes, bro. We could have had Patrick Mahomes
or Deshaun Watson. And look, we don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson.
He went to school with John Lynch.
Right.
It's just again
bring something home. I want to bring something full circle. I remember this shit so fucking vividly like it was yesterday. I watched this guy's pro day. Patty Mahomes. Patty does a lot of, he does a lot of basketball moves. When he comes out of the pocket, sometimes he has to tuck the ball behind his back. He's sidearming. He's doing a lot of basketball type shit. If you would have heard the breakdowns, everybody, his mechanics. Here we go with the mechanics shit again. The mechanics are bad. Oh, this guy, he's not going to make it in the league. He was pretty much cast aside. Nobody saw the Patty Mahomes that we see today. So what I'm saying with this lottery, with these drafts, it's hit or miss. You don't know.
I heard differently. Nobody was questioning his arm talent, but they said he was a developmental player.
And all right, thank you, Dave. And I think that's really the crux of the argument about players. Where do you land? Who is the coach that's willing to be able to give you the most?
Yep.
Right? Again, like Andy Reid moved up to get Patrick Mahomes, though. So don't get it twisted. It's not like Andy Reid had Patrick Mahomes fall into his lap. He said, I know what I'm...
Jason, that's my whole point. He saw the vision.
He had a game plan.
So the one thing that we can get back to about Kyle, and I think we can all agree with, is why are we here in year 6, year 7, still discussing who's the quarterback?
Right.
And that's the problem.
I think that's his problem.
He had no plan.
That's
when Andy
the thing.
Reid went to get him, it was understood Alex Smith's days as the Kansas City Chief quarterback were numbered. It was only
he can't get us over the top.
It was only a matter of one season or two. But Patrick Mahomes was the heir apparent starter. We haven't had that, mostly because number 10 was there.
Right.
And everybody was so fascinated with number 10. We want him here for 5-6 years. Oh, we'll just get somebody to wait in the wings. When it became apparent that Jimmy wasn't going to get us over the top, that's when we traded all those draft picks to get number 3. But then we still didn't develop him.
But Dave, the thing is,
time to develop him
because of mismanagement.
Kyle completely panicked. He didn't get Stafford. He didn't want to try Watson because of all of the things that were happening. He denied Brady. And then when plan Z became, I need to move up to 3 so I can get a quarterback, he chose a quarterback in which you needed patience, and he had no patience for.
No patience.
None. And I love Kyle. I love him. I do. I love his play calling. I watch the film and I revel in the idea of guys running wide open. And a lot of people get it messed up. When a quarterback was landing here, they were landing in the best spot because Kyle Shanahan gets guys open. I feel Trey Lance fell into the worst spot he could possibly land into because this team's timeline did not match up with his developmental timeline.
That makes sense.
Do you think the Jacksonville Jaguars are upset in year 3? No. You know what they went from? They went from the number 1 pick to they had a bad year in year 2. They made the playoffs, and now you have the guy that you thought you were going to get. You know why you did that? You allowed him to develop, man. It's again, the timelines didn't match, and that's on Kyle. That's on Kyle. It's on Kyle.
And Jason, and this what leads me to this, Jason. I'm afraid. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm afraid for Kyle is what doing with the organization's doing with Brock. Don't get me wrong. Brock played hella good. When all went to the championship game and operated that offense way better.
He deserves all the reps. He deserves all the reps right now.
Right, he deserves all the reps right now. But it's an 8 games. It was an 8 game. To be real about it, an 8 game sample size. The man won't come back until August 21st. You're gonna put him out there August 21st. From August 21st, September gonna come around just like that. And he's going to get Mike Tomlin and that Steelers defense. If they make the decision, which probably they will, they let Purdy be the starter. They better damn make sure that boy ready because he's going to get that Mike Tomlin offense, who always been irrelevant. That arm better be right, cause that defense is going to test his arm and they're going to test his mental. Mike Tomlin is one of the best defensive guys in the league, and he knows how to use disadvantages as his strength. And he's going to test that arm and that guy's mental. So they better be ready if Brock.
You frying right now. Because it's all about sample size. After 8 games, Purdy's the guy. After 4.5, Trey's not. After 55, I want to see what Sam Darnold got. I just don't understand. I don't understand none of this shit. I don't understand none of this shit because none of it makes sense. And it feels like you're pushing an agenda. And it goes back to Kyle being tunnel vision on the guys. I liked Sam coming out of college. I loved what he did. I'm going to stick with that and my evaluation, and I can fix him. But you know what? After 4.5 games, I can't do nothing with Trey. But after 8 games, I know Brock is the future of this franchise. None of these sample sizes correlate to making sense.
And we seen them move, and we seen the same. That's why I said we seen the same move before. Jimmy comes in when the last 5 games in a row to get a man a big contract turns out to be fool's gold. Who knows? This might happen again with Brock. We don't know. But I tell you this, man, I'm gonna drop the mic right here. If Kyle Shanahan drafted Trey and would have released Jimmy Garoppolo that same year, we wouldn't be sitting up here having this damn conversation.
Well, I'm gonna say something, guys, and I know if y'all remember. Let's go about 2 years back. What did I say on this show? Maybe like the first, the minute they kept Jimmy. I want to see if anybody remember. What did I say the minute they kept Jimmy? I said if they keep Jimmy around, they're gonna fuck that locker room.
Nothing good could come of it.
It can't. Who could do their job successfully with somebody with your replacement breathing over your neck?
Exactly.
What you should have did was what Belichick did. He showed faith in McCorkle, told Cam, here's your pink slip, and went on and ran his system. Planned his work and worked his plan. Did we do that? Absolutely not. I got another question for you, Jason. Very simple question. What are the rest of the DCs in the league doing right now?
The rest of them are saying,
what are they doing now?
Let's run cover man robber, cover 1 man robber.
Okay.
Let's have a guy run center field, right? And let's open up in a two high look. Let's have the 1 safety fall down and take away the crossers, and let's make Brock Purdy beat us against across the numbers.
Bingo.
Outside the numbers.
Because as good as Brock played last season, he had plenty of games where he should have had about 3 or 4 interceptions.
Interceptions, right? That were dropped.
And interception luck is real. Interception luck is real, right? Like when you look at interceptions, if you throw it and it bounces off your receiver's chest plate and into a defender's hands, that's not an interception that's on you.
Right.
But when you don't have any of those bounces go that way, it can skew your perception of what can possibly happen. I'm going to say it here the way that I've said it everywhere else. I don't care who's the guy that leads this team to wins. I don't care who's the one who leads this team to finally winning the championship, but I want to stop the sample size argument because one guy's giving you almost 60 games where he's looked like trash. One guy's giving you 8 and he is the man. And one guy's giving you less than 5 and you want nothing to do with him. It's all coming across right now like you're not being on the same level with all of these things. And that's my biggest problem is I understand if Brock's the guy, great, let's roll. If Trey's the guy, great, let's roll, but we don't know. If Sam's the guy, great, I don't care.
Sam Darnold's never going to be the guy.
But and you know what? I've got a larger sample size of Sam being bad and not turning it around.
True.
So he's the one who, for me, is not the leader in the clubhouse. For me, your decision has to come down to whether you trust a sample size of 8 games and whether you trust a sample size of 4.5 and what you can do with both of those things. And that's the biggest issue is 8 games doesn't tell you more. There's plenty of players that are burned bright and have not done much in the league after 8 games. And there's plenty of people who have started Peyton Manning's first whole season. And I'm not trying to put Trey Lance in the same Peyton Manning's first whole season. If the Indianapolis Colts were on the same timeline that everyone else was on, Peyton Manning would be bagging groceries at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, we put those stats up.
Like it's
Marshall
28 interceptions. We talked about that last week.
Marshall saved his career early.
That's been my whole point.
So,
Jason,
like,
that's been my whole point.
It's the thing is look,
you want to hear
if you're convicted, you know, like John Lynch likes to say, which is the wrong word. It's if you have conviction, he continues to get it wrong. Right. If you have conviction in a player, then you stick through it. You stick through all of that.
They never did
Tom
that
Brady in his first year. Tom Brady in his first year was not this guy who was throwing 50 touchdowns to Randy Moss. He was a young man who was managing the game, and they won a championship, and they built that team around him. I am not trying to tell you that I'm correlating Trey Lance to any of those things. I am trying to show you that people's timelines don't align with other timelines. Joe Burrow comes out, he's the man. Justin Herbert, you come out, you're the man. But I'm not trying to tell you that they're those guys. Those guys are special. But everybody doesn't need to be on the same timeline as those guys. And the 49ers timeline of being a Super Bowl contender did not align with Trey Lance's. That's it.
I would agree with that.
And John, listen, John, you just pretty much made my point for me. The point we've been trying to make on the show for so long. And I want to go back to this comment. Let me see where it's at. Here it is right here. Right? D coordinator is going to figure out Brock with the quickness, right? So let's just take, for example, Jason, all the guys you just named. You know, the Justin Herberts, the my man in Cincinnati, Herbert,
Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Burrow, right? The one thing they never say about white quarterbacks that they say about black quarterbacks is what you see right there on the screen. D coordinators are going to figure them out. You never hear that about these white quarterbacks, but for some reason, they're going to figure these brothers out. Oh, he just had a bad season. Because let Trey Lance came out and had that season that the Peyton Manning had, he been working at the Piggly Wiggly.
Hey, look, the only thing we asked for.
Good, you.
The only thing that we asked for on here is that they give Trey the same opportunity that they gave Brock.
But they won't.
Because we like Brock. People think that we hate Brock because he's white. But we like Brock. We like Trey. We just know what the organization gave up to move up to get Trey. And we just want to see if we can get something for this investment. We want to get some bang for this buck. We don't want to just go out there and move all heaven and earth to move up to get the dude and then just kick him to the wayside. Hell no. I want to see Trey get a chance to get out there and show us what he can do. It ain't nothing against Brock.
It's not going to be a quarterback competition simply because Purdy is not coming back till August 21st. That's number one. Based on what he did last year, he deserves to be the starter. That's number two. Number three, if Trey Lance continues to ball out the way he has in OTAs, if he continues that in training camp and Purdy's not ready, we shouldn't even be having a discussion with Sam Darnold. He should be cut. Then comes the issue. If Trey Lance is the starter and he goes on a streak, 7 to 8 games, just like Purdy did last year, now you got to catch 22 because you got a guy who's hot, who can keep going, who you drafted high to get, keep on winning, or you bring back Brock Purdy. You're essentially in the same position you were last season where nothing gets settled. But
he'll do what he wants to do. Kyle's gonna do what he wants to do. So let's say that the scenario that Dave laid out is what happens. If he starts to see those sort of things come to fruition, I'm sorry, Brock. I'm glad what you did. Like, I'm good with that. Like, thank you for that. But I'm starting to see the fruition of my investment. But he'll never get that spot, and I think he'll never get that chance, and I think that's the biggest part of it.
I'm gonna say this, these are not my words; these are Kevin's words, because Kevin said this on Ryan Hensley's show, and I totally agree with it. The most honest thing, the most safest thing for what they can do is, Kevin said just now, if they believe Brock Purdy is the starter, if they believe he's the franchise, you need to give that man as much time as he needs to make sure that arm is all the way ready. So what you should do is let Trey start, play the first few games, and let Brock get all the training, all the rehab, everything he needs just to make sure that arm is ready. Because y'all think that he's the franchise now. You want to make sure he's all the way 100%. You start Trey out there a few games. If he's playing well, and we're going on a winning streak, good. But if it comes to a point to where Trey's playing real bad, then you have the excuse to go ahead and put Brock out there.
But shit, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that, Dollar, because the Trey come to ball out. Then what they gonna do with Brock? Because they already done crown him. They already done crown him as the chosen one.
Check this out.
What you mean? What you mean? What do you do with the last? What do you do with the last pick in the draft? You keep him on the roster. Like he don't cost him. He don't cost nothing. He's the 50s. He's like
he
the
ain't costing him no
right. That's what I'm saying, though.
But check this out, though. But this goes back to Kyle's ego. You said one of Trey Lance playing well. It goes back to Kyle's ego. Kyle is a narcissist. So if Trey balls out and he's winning games, Kyle's gonna say, "See y'all, I told y'all. I picked the guy I wanted my quarterback, and he's balling. Look what he's doing."
He's gonna say that, but what he really means is,
exactly.
God.
And you know, Grant and Lowell, Grant and his dad said that. Said, you know what? Somebody keep saving his ass. He'll give him to a situation like remember they've been talking this shit with Nick Mullins. Remember that?
Yep.
Nick Mullins, they were talking about Nick Mullins possibly being the QB1. They don't fucking know. That's just the point. They don't know. They don't know what they're seeing in front of them. They don't know. They don't see the vision. And like you say, it takes a certain a person to coach. Yeah, because when you coach, you got to see vision. You got to be able to evaluate talent. And this is my thing. Like this kid, 4 games, he's a bust after 4 games.
That's what I don't get. That's what I'm saying, Don. People.
How's that a bust? He's a kid.
4 games. They ain't do this to Josh Allen. They ain't do this to him at all.
Y'all know I met
Jimmy had 4 games where he ain't throw no interceptions. He ain't throw no touchdowns. And
then to be honest, Trey started last season with a makeshift offensive line because y'all was still trying to figure shit out up front.
They don't know.
He didn't have all the players. He didn't have Kittle. He didn't have Debo.
Elijah got hurt in that game. He got hurt in that game. Debo fumbled in the red zone. It was a touchdown. His defense gave up 2 long passes that were all about being like consistent.
The team gave up.
Jimmy would have won that game, and it would have been like Jimmy willed them to that win. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The team had over 100-yard worth of penalties. And how can you put that on Trey?
No, but my thing is,
Trey came in against the Texans and won the. If we lose against the Texans, we ain't going to no playoffs. He went in there and beat the Texans, man. And everybody talking about, oh, that's the Texans, but the Texans knocked off a Chargers team that had a good ass record.
Seriously, no. Let me keep it a bean. All right. Let's say we live in a world where Jimmy Garoppolo was the starter in week 1, and Deebo Samuel, scores that touchdown, and the defense locks them up or whatever. Y'all just gonna sit there and say Deebo Samuel, or Jimmy Garoppolo was the reason you won this game. And it's like, bro, there were things outside of this young man's hands, right? Okay. Right. The one thing I will give you that I say that bothers me the most about that week 1 game is that he had Tyler Kroft wide open. All you had to do is put that in the breadbasket.
Yeah, that's what I
fought for. That's it. But that's it. He threw a pass where he layered it in between a cornerback and a safety that you could see down the field. He hit Jennings down the field. But if Deebo doesn't fumble that ball, you score points. If Hufanga, Greenlaw, whoever it is that you want to blame, doesn't give up a pass to Dante Pettis, like you make it seem like the 49ers lost that game because Trey Lance played poorly at quarterback. And then what everybody forgets is when you needed Trey Lance to will the offense, the rain came down harder than it came down the entire game.
Sure did.
The entire game.
Right after that Pettis touchdown.
It was raining throughout the whole game. And then the fourth quarter, when you needed Trey to throw you back into the game because you had Dre Greenlaw commit a penalty, keep a drive going. When Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga couldn't keep Dante Pettis in the field, you asked this young man to throw the ball in times where Justin Fields wasn't even asked to throw the ball that long. Again, man. And then you know what gets me more mad? And I'm going to say this one last thing. People forget week 2 against Seattle, right? So let's do the math.
Yeah.
Let's do the film because I've watched it. Let's do the film. The 49ers get down and they immediately go down and they score on their first drive. It was a field goal. Cool. You didn't score in the red zone. Cool. But they moved the ball. And then in the second drive, they moved the ball again. And while they're in the red zone, Trey Lance breaks his fucking ankle. And then they score again.
Yep.
And it's like y'all are blaming Trey Lance for things that are out of his control, on top of the fact that you haven't given him a chance to show you whether he's good or bad. And I'm not even stating an opinion. Anyone who wants to argue anything that I just said is perpetuating a narrative that they want to put up.
Not the cap.
Everything I just said is facts. If you argue differently, you are biased. If you argue differently, I hate to say it, you're a casual. If you argue differently, you don't know ball. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And then they say this.
And let's not forget, he did all of this. He did all of this injured, still injured.
But hey, they say, well, Trey is a bust because of injury. Okay, Trey got hurt 3 times. Jimmy got hurt all his career with the 49ers. Brock Purdy got hurt twice last season. Josh Johnson got hurt. All the quarterbacks on this team got hurt. So why would you use that as an excuse?
Josh Johnson was applying for AARP during that damn game. He wasn't
so bad.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody want to say, well, he's a bust because he's always hurt. All the other quarterbacks got hurt. Go ahead, Kev.
So look, I'm gonna take everything everybody just said just now and read Terry Don't comment. Terry Don't, you my guy, but it got to be said out loud.
He's a Purdyite. That's my man. He's a Purdyite.
How many points did he put up in Dallas against Dallas?
Based upon what Terry Don't said,
he didn't get in zone at all against Dallas.
He says he's talking about Seattle. What he do against Dallas? How many points he put up against Dallas?
Man, look, like we said on plenty other occasions, Trey he haven't played with the talent that Purdy played with. And Purdy took over a team that
And
was
that's all
already
we can
hitting on
say.
all cylinders. We was already hitting on all cylinders when Purdy took over.
Right.
Jimmy's numbers spiked when Christian McCaffrey pulled up. By the way.
Yep.
They did.
By the way.
I also think he wasn't schemed the same way either.
I was at that game where Purdy came in for Garoppolo. We all said the same thing. This is how the offense should have ran with number 10. But he finds a way
But
to
I
lose.
think again, like what we're talking about gets lost in the sauce, and we think that we're hating on Purdy. Purdy,
Yeah, we're not hating on Purdy at all.
No,
being
still,
practical, man.
still the same thing
We're not.
is true. Purdy
We kept saying
is
let Brock rock last season.
Right.
So
Right.
we don't hate on Purdy. Nah.
Purdy is the best person to accentuate this offense that we've seen. Right? That doesn't make him elite. That doesn't make him, the GOAT. Like, you need to, like, again, you know who's the star of the offense, and you guys know who it is. Kyle Shanahan is the star of the offense.
Right.
Show the offense and do it in my way, and you will get the praise. Brock Purdy deserves to be the starter week 1.
He does.
Agreed.
Like all of those things. But he is still a cog in the bigger machine that is Kyle Shanahan's offense. Always.
You're right.
Always.
Right. Yeah, we're not hating on Brock at all. I mean, Brock
Nah,
does
man.
deserve
Come
the
on.
starting job because of what he did. But what we're saying is to just tread lightly on this because we've seen this movie before. Like I've been saying, we've seen this movie before. Let's not put the carriage before the horse.
Get the ass. So hold up. They put 5 games with Jimmy Garoppolo. They signed a deal. Everybody was
Yep.
like, and including me.
We were
and
desperate.
And including me. But including me, right? No, we're still desperate, Dave. Like, that's a problem, man. Like,
No, we're still desperate, but
We're still desperate.
with a better
We are.
squad.
We're still
We didn't have
desperate
that kind of
because
squad when he was there.
we've been looking for the guy since Steve Young left.
Right.
We've been looking for the guy since Steve Young left.
True.
This is the problem that gets me the most upset. Is you literally just watched your team, and then no matter how you felt early on, anybody who was the biggest Jimmy Garoppolo stan, whatever it was, realized you need a little something more. And if you don't believe me, then believe your franchise that tried to trade for Stafford, that spoke to Tom Brady, that thought about Deshaun Watson, that moved heaven and earth to get another quarterback at 3. Like, I don't listen to me, listen to your team.
Right.
And you mean to tell me a 5-game sample size of a guy led you to believe, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. I was like, man, we got a guy. He got a great chin line. He comes to the podium. He got the suit on. Like, he looks like the guy. But
The motherfucker fooled me too.
Yeah,
I
of
bought the
course.
jersey.
All of us. We
Did you win a Jimmy G jersey?
were looking for the guy. We're looking for the guy. So again, man, I would expect 49er fans to be optimistic, but be cautiously optimistic, because I've seen it. And like Sersky said, we've seen this shit before. We have. And that's the problem that I have more than anything.
Well, like Sersky also said, tread lightly with this because this could become a nightmare situation right away.
And
I mean,
Shanahan
yeah.
should know that based on his experience in Washington. He was there firsthand.
Right.
So that's even more of a reason to protect number 13 if you believe he is a starter.
Okay, let's say, and I'm just throwing this out there. Let's say Purdy, God forbid this, turns out to be another Nick Foles. Comes back the following season, lays the egg, can't get it together. And you fuck around and trade Trey.
Shit, I wish he was Nick. Nick won a bowl.
Right. At least he got something out of it.
He won a bowl just as much as Jimmy did. I'm gonna tell you what he did. He had the
No. Nick won a bowl. Nick won a bowl.
Okay, yeah, he won
Hold
a
up,
bowl.
Don. Hold up, Don. Nick won a bowl.
You're right.
He beat the GOAT. He won a bowl.
You're right.
Yo, all right, hold up. This is how you know he won a bowl. I went to Philly 2 years ago. There's a statue of Nick Foles in front of the Eagles Stadium. He won a bowl. He won a bowl. They ain't playing. So if Jimmy or Brock did that, then whatever. I'm good. I'm good with it. But yeah, man, Nick won a bowl, man. Oh man,
he won a bowl. You're right.
Poor Carson Wentz. He had to like drive into that stadium the next year
and see that shit.
That same.
Right, he did. He brought home the goal. I give him that. That's the whole golden objective here, brother. The whole golden objective.
And that's the same thing. Same situation.
A little late. I want to get started with this on this schedule. Remember, we got 18 weeks here. All right. So let's get it, guys. All right. So let's get down. I got Jason blocked here with the overlay. Just give me a sec.
Ooh, that is an ugly start.
All right. So week 1, we're gonna go down the list. Down, back up. All right. I say this is a win.
I say it's a win too.
It's week 1. I don't know if I can't say it's going to be an easy win because it's week 1. Things to figure out. I'm sure Tomlin's going to have some stuff, especially if we go with Purdy. I'm sure he's going to have some tricks up his sleeve. He's going to try to throw the kid off. It's going to be an interesting game defensively. I don't expect
it's going to be a close. I think it's going to be a close game.
I think it'll start out close and we'll break away.
They're at home. Watt is there. That defense is going to be hyped, especially in the Steel City. But I think we win this game by a field goal.
I don't think it's going to be that close. That's my opinion, though. I don't think it'll be that close. I think it'll start out close, and I think in the second half we'll pull away. They'll put up a fight early, but I think in the second half we'll pull it away. We'll pull away. I just don't think the Steelers have enough to really joust with us like that. I don't see it. All right. Your thoughts? Kev's not here. Your thoughts, Jew?
I think it's gonna be a win too against Pittsburgh. I just want us to turn it around to start the season off. I don't want to start the season off all sluggish, and like we normally been doing these last couple of seasons. So I want us to come out with a bang. And like I said earlier, man, I want to just come out and start stomping motherfuckers' ears together. You know what I mean? Kyle need to come out with his foot on the gas early.
Do these guys like you do the Rams.
Right.
He comes out, he busts the Rams right in their mouth right away. And that's what we need to do. We need to make that a staple.
I don't fear their offense at all. It's their defense that concerns me. If this
do you think their defense is good enough to beat us?
If it stays close, then we're in trouble.
I just think, man, we got the cheat code. And at the end of the day, the cheat code is gonna prevail, and that's CMC. That boy is dope. CMC is the cheat code.
And then I'm really ready to see what the defense gonna look like this year.
Yeah. I think our defense is gonna dominate their offense. I don't think that their defense is good, but I don't think it's good enough to sustain.
Right.
I think our defense gonna take it another notch because of Steve Wilkes. So this is why I say this.
I'm excited to see that. That's the other thing I'm excited.
And Javon.
The D line is solidified already.
Yeah.
The linebacker position is solidified already. The secondary has been kind of like the weakest point of the defense. So now that you have a DB specialist like Steve Wilkes, that covers everything. So I believe we'll get more this year out of our secondary, which will make the whole defense more dominant than it was last year. That's just my opinion.
Well, we shouldn't see any blown coverages. We shouldn't see that.
I think we'll get more out of the secondary because we'll actually have a pass rush up front besides Nick Bowles with Hargraves on the team.
Oh,
that makes your secondary better, like we keep saying, whenever you have a pass rush.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right on. All right, let's give it up to the guests, man. Jason, close us out. Get us out of here. Week 1.
Week 1, I think this is going to be an ugly win. And it's and when you look at the way that Kyle Shanahan offenses have operated, whether he's the offensive coordinator, whether he's the quarterback coach, whatever it is, it's not necessarily the because week 1 feels like an offensive week where everyone is trying to get their footing, especially now when you only have like a certain amount of weeks with preseason. It's the discipline. And I do think that because Kenny Pickett is the guy who he is, and the 49ers defense is as good as it is, if Brock comes out and he's not exactly where he is, or Kyle's offense where it is, I still think that they're still good enough to get this one a win. But this is going to be ugly. This is going to be ugly.
I think, well, like I said, I'll go back to my stand. I think it's going to start out ugly, but I think as the game, prolongs, I think we'll
like the Lions game. They were winning for a while, and that shit got ugly at the end.
Oh God, I went to that game too.
Hey, you're probably sitting there sweating the whole.
Hell yeah, I was sweating.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see what happened in that Giant game.
And you know what changed? Man. As soon as Jason
Verrett got hurt, yeah, that was the end of the game.
All of our fans just went into silence, and then Detroit started scoring, and suddenly 30,000 people that disappeared all came back at the same time, and you felt like, oh my God, is this happening?
Yeah. Well, listen, kudos to their OC, man, because he saw the glitch in that defense and just exposed it. And every time you look, they were carving us right up the middle, man. And what did I tell you, Drew, after that game? Didn't I tell you? I said, if Miko don't fix that shit, his ass. They don't fix that, because Swift was carving us up, man, and it was continuous. So they saw something that they were able to expose.
That and Hawkinson kept getting balls over the middle as well at the time.
They running backs killed us. They dinked and dunked to them guys. Them guys carved us up the middle. That shit was just ugly. That shit got scary at one point. All right, so let's get week 2. The Rams.
W.
Same old sorry ass Rams.
W. Don't even
talk
about that. Why are we talking about W?
We're not. I don't like how this is set up. We gotta shut them out in the third quarter and rest our guys, because week 3 is a turnaround for Thursday night. I'm more concerned about week 3 than I am week 2.
I don't see the Giants beating us either. I say that's another team. I think they'll start out. No, that Giants ain't. The Giants don't have they don't have receivers like that. And Saquon, I would say, is 90% of their offense. That's literally like 99.
3-0. 3-0.
Yep.
They win their
3-0.
They win their home opener. They 3-0.
We're not losing that game. Before Cardinals, I think
4-0. 4-0.
We should win that.
4-0.
4-0.
Who the fuck is the quarterback?
Who bullshit. Be like, look, we ain't
wide receivers.
4-0.
4-0.
Week 5. Now here's
This is Kev's signature win here.
This is mine too. Kev,
5-0.
We both
5-0.
Week 5, the Cowboys.
5-0.
We don't get another game the rest of the season. I want this one.
I hear you.
Most definitely.
5-0.
5-0.
Then you go to the next one. You might well say 6-0, because I see we're gonna beat the Browns ass too.
Yeah. 6-0.
They got a talented enough squad. Their problem is they're in the NFC North, where you got Cincinnati and Baltimore.
You mean
at
the
the
AFC
head of
North?
the table. Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn where they at. We gonna bust their ass too.
Yeah, we should win that game. That game evokes no fear in me.
This one, the next one don't either.
Yeah, the Vikings invokes no fear in me.
All right, I have an unpopular opinion.
Me too.
This is the one they lose their first game.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to look at the NFL and the way that bullshit happens. You have a team that is either injured or whatever it is. Like, you don't have a player that like this will be the game that Charvarius Ward can't guard Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
And then you out there like with Diamador Lenore trying to cover him. Nothing against Diamador, or anything like that. But and look, okay,
and they did draft an old boy from USC too.
That's what I'm saying, Addison. But I understand the other side of it, right? Minnesota, Kirk Cousins don't win no, primetime games. He don't win when the lights are on. Cool. Right. But it would be remiss of me to not sit here while I think the 49ers are going to be 12-4. 12-4. to sit here and not look at this team and say, yeah, there's going to be games where you slip up a little bit, and I think this might be one of them.
This will be a test for Steve Wilkes because he came out the gate saying, we're not going to just play zone all the time. If we feel our matchup is better man-to-man, we're going to go to man-to-man. I think this game will define the rest of the season on the defensive side.
I don't know, man. I think we got Kirk Cousins' number, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Kirk Cousins.
I mean, I understand that. I hear you. Again, I don't want to disagree with anything that you guys are saying about.
Look,
this is a legitimate argument.
Disagree.
But this is how good the 49ers are. They could be 17-0, fucking around on this schedule, right? Like as long as their guys show up every single day and they show up, like this is not necessarily me saying I'm worried about Kirk Cousins. I'm trying to look at games where there'll be a pitfall. There'll be a game where, like, look, we lost last year to the Bears. Yep. Was that because the Bears were better than us?
Hey, Jason, why are you bringing up bullshit, man?
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. That's old shit. But no, honestly, I mean, it's Kirk Cousins. I think with Hargrave and Bosa and the boys on. Come on, y'all know Kirk Cousins. He got that shit.
And they said they probably finna release Dalvin Cook,
right,
to start Madison. So I don't think they're gonna be able to beat us playing one-dimensional football.
And they talking about trading. They looking for trade calls for Daniel Hunter too.
Daniel Hunter. The Niners didn't be on that.
They get him.
Teams are not going to beat us like that. You got to come with it. You got to pack.
They can get his ass off the team by the time we play him.
I think our first loss will come the following week.
Me too.
Bengals.
I got the Bengals winning the Super Bowl too, and I also have the Bengals winning the Super Bowl. Sorry, guys. I want you guys to cook me.
I have us facing the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
I have the Bengals winning this one for this is it. Like Joe Burrow's got this is it.
Also, Joe Burrow beat Mahomes this season in the AFC.
Joe Burrow's gonna. I mean, he beat him once.
Yeah, he did before. He did before. Yep,
he beat him once. Yeah, it ain't crazy. And if his boy ain't pushing people out the off the sideline or whatever during that game, who knows how that game goes?
Well, I tell you this, man. I think we could possibly lose week 8. Actually, that's one.
That's my first loss.
I've been had that locked in as like an L. But if we win, then we out here cooking. We're like we beating everybody.
You're right. And shit, we fuck around, we might win that one. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can go anywhere and win any week. Any week here. None of these games I see just out of range for us. I think we can win literally, like you say.
They can win 17 of all these games. Yes. They can win every single game. That's how good the 49ers are. It's just, again, all of us have watched the game too long for us to just sit here and say win. No. You have to start to pick games where some bullshit happens.
Yep.
And
that always happen to us.
It's less likely to happen without fucking number 10 out there. I'll say that. You always subject to some bullshit when that dude's on the field.
Poor Jimmy, man. I can't wait for Jimmy. I can't wait to go to joint practices and watch Jimmy throw the ball right to Fred Warner.
Look, Jimmy might not even be there.
No, he's there. He gonna be there. No, man.
He's trying to get his money.
If he don't, then the Raiders are all in on Caleb Williams. Like I think Josh McDaniels is gonna lose his job.
They
if they don't win games.
From what I heard if his foot ain't right and he'll pass the physical by the season, he's out of there.
If he can't pass the physical, but I think they're fine. I think that he'll be fine, ready to go or whatever. But again, Josh McDaniels just trying to save his job. He don't care about Caleb Williams if he ain't gonna get there and coach him.
But you know that's a damn shame. You go to a new team and you already giving them problems.
Well, I think the question I'm gonna ask you guys, and I'm gonna just ask this question. Kyle Shanahan in the NFC Championship left Jimmy Garoppolo off of IR, hoping he would come back. But if this man can't pass a physical later on with the Raiders, what were you doing? Why you ain't put this man on IR, and why you ain't get another quarterback who could actually play if Josh Johnson got hurt? All right, that's it.
It's true. Josh Johnson, it was a wrap. I don't ever want, listen, bro. I don't ever want to feel that way again watching us play ever again. This the feeling of
Man,
this
fuck
hopeless.
Josh. He done made
This
Cave a
fucking-
Damn,
whole
he ain't do
snap.
nothing. He ain't do nothing. Look, Sersky, you know his ass wasn't supposed to play, man. I'm not gonna get mad at him. I really am not about to get mad at him, bro. Like, bro, if I am the third string manager, like let's say I worked the office job, right, and both of those managers went down with like sickness, and I got pushed into a spot where I had to do something I haven't been able to do in the most high pressure situation, I'm not gonna blame Josh Johnson.
You're not gonna fare well. But at the end of the day, they need to stop hype.
He still couldn't.
These motherfuckers.
But he still couldn't. He still couldn't get a snap off. Like that was the problem that got me mad.
Hey, look,
like
when they
catch the ball.
When they called Johnson, Josh's name to come out there in that NFC game, he was like, "What the fuck? What?"
Yeah, no. So that's my problem. Is let's bring Josh Johnson in. He knows the offense, and then he looked like a guy who couldn't even take a snap. For that, you might as well have just brought anybody in. You could have put Robbie Gold in there, and he would have fumbled that same snap. What you talking about?
Come on, man. Think about it. We had fucking Christian McCaffrey under center. That's not bad.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
That's all shit. My bad.
Yeah, it's past the past. Let's go.
Right, what week are we on now?
Jaguars.
I got that. I got that as our second loss.
I got that as a loss as well too. I got that as our third. So for me,
no.
Man,
you know what, Sersky, I'm telling you, bro. The 49ers are like, for me, when you look at it, you're going to the East Coast, right? And you on the West Coast in 8, and you got the week off. I understand. Kyle Shanahan ain't Andy Reid off of the bye week. His teams be bullshitting off the bye week, and the Jags ain't fucking around. Like I think a lot of people get it fucked up that the Jaguars have Calvin Ridley joining their offense.
Yes.
And on top of the fact that offense was already
that offense is loaded. Offense is loaded, dude.
Yeah, I think this is a loss. I think it's a loss.
180 degrees different from when we played them last time. But I think it's a win because of one name. This is the Trent Baalke sweepstakes.
Hey, look, you can say what you want about Trent. He got some talent on that team, dude.
We replaced him with this regime. If they're going to go all
I have 13-4, but this ain't one of my 4 losses.
That's one of mine. That's one of mine. I got them.
This is my second one.
I said 12-4 because I forgot that there was 17 games, so I got them. I got them 13-4.
I got us going 13-4 too.
13-4.
But playing the Bengals, then going down to Jacksonville, aren't they going to stay in Youngstown or something?
No, they got a week off.
No.
They got a week off.
The
They got the bye week.
The Bengals are a home game.
Oh, okay.
It's a bye week.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I just think that's gonna be one of them bullshit games where we look back and we're like, yo, why you didn't beat them? Like, what happened? Like, again, that's gonna happen in 17 games. Like, again,
when y'all looking at the Jaguars, y'all thinking about the Jaguars of old.
No,
but these boys they loaded. They fucking loaded.
They're loaded. The way they beat the Chargers and the way they played that next playoff game, no, they're no longer the joke. They're the top of the AFC South.
And then to add Calvin Ridley with all the receivers that they already had with their tight ends and shit.
And they just added Tank Bigsby. Like, nah.
We're good.
And look, I'm gonna get stupid. Let me.
And I'm gonna be at that game.
That's good.
Let me give you spoiler alert. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got the Niners winning all them games. All of them. From then on. From after the Jags, the Bucks, the Seahawks, and the signature win is gonna be week 13 against the Eagles when it's entire.
That's my signature win.
That's my signature win too. That's my signature win too.
Show everybody what it is.
That's good.
Yeah, don't do that. You can't lose to Philly that time.
No,
that's good. Against the Jaguars, I can go online and say, well, Brock Purdy couldn't beat the Jaguars.
I decided to play the optimist. I decided to play the optimist role. I gave him a 15-2 record. That loss will come in week 16 against the Ravens.
Hey, you heard me, Jew? You heard what I said?
You talking about if you look to the Jaguars, you go on Twitter and say Brock couldn't beat the Jaguars.
Yep.
Oh my God, Jimmy did.
I'm gonna be honest, Dollar. I don't think that motherfucker gonna be around then. I don't think he's gonna be around. I think they're gonna still be out there.
But my next couple losses,
I have them losing week 16 against the Ravens.
I got them losing against the Ravens, and I got them.
Me too.
And I got them losing one against Seattle in Seattle.
See, and I don't disagree with the whole like. So look, when I said 13-4, right? Because it's 17 games now. I had to look through this, and my 49er bias couldn't say that we lose to any Seahawks team because what you finna give up when it comes to the Seahawks? You gonna give up a home game? I ain't giving up that Thanksgiving game in Seattle.
Right.
I am telling you right now. That has to be all hands on deck. You cannot let that shit happen ever again because you need to duplicate the pain that we felt on. So that means you're gonna lose the game at Levi's on week 12. For me, man, no. 12. So 12 is at their stadium. 12 is at their stadium. So that means you're gonna lose the game in week 14 after you beat the Eagles in week 13. Like the way I think,
that don't even make sense. No, hell no.
I don't have us losing a division. I think we run the table in the division again. I think we go 6-1 in the division.
I got the Ravens. I got the Bengals, the Jaguars, and unfortunately the Vikings. Those are your 4 losses this year. That's it.
I've got the Ravens and the Bengals. I have us at 15-2, but I'm the optimist.
I got 2. I got week 13. I got the Eagles and
13-4.
The Eagles in Baltimore.
Man, I'm gonna be real, man. This look like an easy ass schedule to me, bro.
17-0. Tell him, Sersky.
It can be done. It can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done.
This is the fucked up part about rooting for a team that's the 49ers. You have a better roster than every single team that you are facing. Every single team that you're facing. Some teams have a better quarterback, but they don't have a better roster, and they don't have a better infrastructure than you do.
Right.
So there is a world where you win 17 games, but we all know how this league goes, and there'll be bullshit that happens. Like, you know what? If we lost to the Commanders in week 17 on New Year's Eve in Washington, I'd be hot, but I wouldn't be super surprised.
I'll be pissed off.
Yeah, but this is how good your team is.
Right.
This is how good the team that you root for is.
Yeah.
Is that we can even have this discussion of we're better than all of these teams roster wise.
Right.
Yep.
I agree. So we're so disrespectful.
Any Ram fans, by the way, watching this podcast?
I'm about to say we ain't even addressed.
You guys are going to give up the tickets. I mean, discounted tickets. I just want to put it out there. Kevin and I are in Southern California. Come holler at us.
Dave, you been to SoFi?
I have not yet.
It's my favorite stadium in all of football.
Man, they need to go. They need to fly down there and just lend us their rights to the stadium, bro.
Easily the best stadium I've ever been to.
My boy is a Charger fan, and he had a Facebook Live. It looked like they were in an EA Sports game, actual game, and everybody looked animated until somebody moved. That's how freaking marvelous that stadium looks.
Wow.
No, that stadium is beautiful, man. It's a beautiful stadium, and they don't deserve it. But yeah, man, I've been there twice, and both times. I mean, the second time was terrible. I was there for the NFC Championship game, but I was there for after the joint practices. We went to the preseason game. It's a beautiful stadium. Beautiful stadium.
So they don't deserve it. They damn sure don't. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, what's his name is a billionaire. He told St. Louis he's taking the team. So he built that stadium. The Chargers don't deserve that stadium. The Chargers don't deserve anything.
That's their stadium.
That's another subject.
That's their stadium. That's their stadium now. They're going to make the playoffs again. The Rams are going to be have-nots. But I just get nervous if the Rams are so bad that they get a chance to get Caleb Williams. That's why I need the Bucks to not trade for Trey and just roll with Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield.
Right. No, we got somebody else saying 17-0.
Man.
Look, but he's not again. We obviously know injuries happen, right? 17-0. It's not possible. But that's how good this team is.
Right.
That really is. That's how good this roster is. And when you look down this, if this team was in a do or die against all 17 of these teams, you would take your team 17 times out of 17,
Definitely.
not just because you root for them, but none of these teams are better than them, and that's
Right.
that's the frustrating part.
Right.
I don't think the league gonna let us go 17-0 though.
No,
Oh,
but
hell
again,
no.
Sersky, like there's gonna be injuries. Like Brock will probably miss a game, and we gotta fuck around and start Darnold against like the
Right.
Bengals.
Hell no.
No,
Hell,
I'm
quit
putting it out
trolling,
there.
Jason. Quit trolling,
Darnold
Jason.
can't make this
I'm
team.
not trolling. Look, I'm not trolling. What I would say is, if you were smart, you would have already cut Sam Darnold because you've done that with Nate Sudfeld.
Exactly. Yes.
With Nate Sudfeld.
Yes.
You would have already done that. I feel like the only thing that is keeping Trey on his roster while they're waiting for a trade partner is because next year you have to make a tough decision on a 5th-year option for a 3rd overall pick who happens to be a quarterback. That's not cheap.
It's not cheap at all.
That is not that shit is not cheap.
Yeah.
And for him to be like that's the problem. Is like I think they are looking for a trade partner just based on that. You make the decision. You pick up the 5th-year option. Give us something, and I think that's the biggest issue. I'm not trolling like when it comes to that, but I'm just saying.
No,
I
was fucking with you, Jason. I was fucking with
you.
I
know. No, you know what it is, but I'm just saying more than anything, it's like this league. If Nick Bosa misses a game, if Nick Bosa and Charvarius Ward miss a game, and they face in the Vikings, and it's a Monday night game, and it's Justin Jefferson and all these guys, and you can't get to the quarterback, Kirk Cousins might fuck around and win a game on you. So again, it's like it's more about what happens during the year.
Right. All right, guys. Well, let's about to wrap up soon, but before we do that, season predictions. What's up, Jason?
No, because I saw Sersky talking.
Oh no! Oh no! I was.
I didn't know he was done talking. My apologies.
First of all, I want to say this. I love the format that you guys have. You guys have like a perfect way of doing this, and I really enjoy that. Again, anytime that you guys want me on, I love that. But it's just Sersky was starting to speak, and then I heard the Law and Order shit.
Yeah, my bad, Sersky. I didn't know you would. I thought you were done. My apologies.
Oh no, you good, dog. You good, bro. I was just saying. I was
looking outside for the ghetto bird when I heard that.
I started when I heard the Law and Order shit, I was like, hold up. I was waiting. But there's a special victims unit. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, I was gonna be like, what the fuck?
Now I ain't gonna lie. It sounds like some Dave Chappelle. When somebody says something, then he cuts off and he shows the yeah. But I was saying, man, I don't want them boys to trade, man. Man, look, man, I don't want
me either.
No. I don't want them to do it, dog.
And if they trade him to the team you're saying is talking to us the most, then week 12 becomes a huge game.
But I'm saying, bro, like, look at the league, man. The teams are getting quarterbacks like Trey. They're not into the pocket passing quarterback no more. They're not into it.
What I say is this: you just watched your team go through 3 quarterbacks and literally have their running back play quarterback. And now you're telling me your team is in the business of getting rid of a quarterback immediately just to get whatever it is that they can get when you don't even know if this guy will recover off of his quarterback and be the guy. You don't know what Sam Darnold is. Like it doesn't
we know what the hell he is.
No, what I'm saying is, all right. I'm being nice. Sam Darnold has been fucking terrible for like his entire career, basically.
Right. Toilet paper with shit already on it.
That's more like it.
But Kyle Shanahan could be the guy who invigorates his career because there's guys running wide open.
Man, Kyle can't even say that, motherfucker.
Done.
Hey, Sersky, bro, he cannot shut up about this dude. They ask him about Trey Lance, he'll give you one sentence and he'll end that shit. When you ask him about Sam, they'll end the press conference with 3 questions where he gives paragraph. Dude, I write for Niners Nation. I gotta dictate all this shit. When I read them shits back, I'm like, dog, why is he still talking about this man? Like we didn't watch him play for 2 other teams and how bad he is. And he's trying. The thing is, look, I love Kyle. He has tunnel vision on his players, but he also talks crazy to us, like we're casuals.
Man,
Like,
Kyle
oh, you don't
crazy.
know shit. Well, Sam threw an interception into the linebacker's stomach because the play call was wrong. No, bro. Like, I get it. You're smart. We get it. But it's like, bro, like, don't condescend to us when we have done our research and we have watched the young man play. And unfortunately, while I don't think that things will come from this, I still haven't written it off. Like, it's just Kyle's just like, you don't know shit. I'm the guy. I know. Like, Kyle has an arrogance about him. That's why they took Jake Moody in the 3rd round.
Man,
But that's why
Kyle,
you cut me off.
man,
That's
Kyle,
why you need to cut me off and let me go. Like, that's why you.
Man,
need to
Kyle can be loco sometimes, man. Like
Done.
sometimes he had those days.
Tunnel vision.
Man,
Done.
Is that him or is that John Lynch fostering that shit?
About Brock or about Darnold?
All of their picks there.
No,
The
Darnold.
entire time they were there.
Darnold is
To
Kyle's
me,
guy.
if you get rid of one, you got to get rid of the other. If
So-
Kyle ends up going, John Lynch has to go with him.
So we don't know specifically what picks are what, but the Darnold thing we can trace back to the fact that the 49ers called the Jets and said, we're going to send you our 1st round pick for Sam Darnold. And the New York Jets said, no, I'm good. Are you fucking kidding me?
Who lost their job behind that?
Are you fucking kidding me? If the San Francisco 49ers, I don't care if this is a back end 28, 29, 30 pick because you realize this roster is going to be competing. The person who received that call, Kyle said, I will send you a 1st. The New York Jets said, we're straight. Fire that man. Fire him right now.
Yep.
And thank God the Jets
They did.
said no. And thank God the Jets said no. Either way, that 1st round pick ended up sending for trade. But thank God the Jets said no. Because Sam Darnold would have been here a year early.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Right.
Man, I hope that man never touched that field, bro. Because if he do, man, we gonna lose that game if he steps on that field.
No.
If you get to that point,
I don't even want him in for mop-up duty.
Done.
You do. That's exactly when you want him in.
Bro, I don't want Sam Darnold in a Niner jersey.
you know
No,
what you
Dave,
want. I know what you
If
want.
he's in for mop-up duty, that means Trey ain't on his roster. And that's gross. I don't like that shit, man. I really don't like that shit.
Damn,
if you
man.
go, if you
Sam
gonna mop
Darnold.
up anybody, let Trey do it.
Man, Sam Darnold's so ass.
Done.
Talk about the Sersky go.
That dude's ass, man.
Done.
I don't know what Kyle thinking that. I don't know, bro. Kyle crazy, dog.
Kyle got tunnel vision. Kyle wanted CJ Beathard in the 3rd. He wanted Joe Williams. He wanted this
Don't
man.
start about Joe
So hold up,
Williams.
look, man. And I'm telling you this from me being a big Kyle supporter. Kyle Shanahan coached at the Senior Bowl, looked at Jalen Hurd and said, I can do all this X, Y, and Z with Jalen Hurd. He could be a tight end. He could be our fullback. He could be Terry McFucking-Laurin was there in front of your stupid ass face, and you could have just picked him. And you could just pick him. And I don't care if you could have signed him later on. You could have had Debo and Terry McLaurin as your receivers. And Jalen Hurd never played it down. I don't care about the preseason don't count. I'll never let that one go. I don't care what anybody says about Jake Moody.
But it wouldn't be exciting though, because Jimmy would be the quarterback. It wouldn't.
All right. So I
Fortunately,
hear
we
you
were
on that.
bad enough that season where he made amends and got Brandon Ayuk the following draft.
No, the year after. But let me ask you this, Dave. If you land on Debo Samuel and Terry McLaurin in 2019, and when I looked at Terry McLaurin's route tree and everything that he was throwing everything intermediate, and he made things happen on the end. That's what Jimmy would have done. You don't gotta draft Ayuk in the 1st round. You could have done anything. You could have drafted Trevon Diggs. You could have drafted another stud corner. Like this is the cascading effect of you missing on your 1st round picks. I love Brandon Ayuk, and Brandon Ayuk's gonna be here. But when you miss on a 3rd round pick where you don't have to pay them immediately, like they did with Debo like waited his time. But Debo and Terry McLaurin, oh my God, man,
that would have been
Terry
nasty.
McLaurin, so you definitely have to go after Ayuk now. You're not.
No, you don't gotta move up to the 1st round to move for him. Like you could do whatever you want.
But that is tunnel vision because we know that the coach of South Carolina kept talking up Deebo Samuel. So he
Deebo
went
was
into
the right pick.
He went into that Senior Bowl.
Jalen Hurd wasn't the right pick. Deebo was the right pick, Dave. You know it. Deebo was the right pick. Jalen
But
Hurd.
I'm saying that's why he missed McLaurin, because he was so focused on Deebo Samuel that he completely missed McLaurin.
He looked at Jalen Hurd and said, "Oh, I'm going to put him at fullback. I can run him here. I can do this." It's like, bro, sometimes the right receiver is the guy who can actually just split out wide and just run routes. And it's like, why does everything have to be so complicated at times?
But if I remember correctly, that draft, they were looking at DK Metcalf. When Seattle grabbed the Metcalf, they went on and grabbed Deebo.
So
and guess
DK
who
Metcalf,
Deebo
Deontay Johnson, Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin were all drafted later on in that draft. That's insane. That's insane.
They all fell.
Debo and DK.
Metcalf could have gone a lot earlier.
Or Debo and Deontay, or Deontay and Terry. Like however that you probably couldn't have missed unless you went for Jalen Hurd.
Damn.
No, because N'Keal Harry went in the first round. The only receiver to go in the first round.
No, hold up.
That motherfucker trash.
Yeah, but you that's Bill Belichick. Everybody got this in their head that because Bill Belichick won a bunch of Super Bowls with Tom Brady as his quarterback, that makes him a good GM. That man don't hit on no picks, none. Like especially not wide receivers. No wide receivers. He don't hit on none of them.
He has gadget receivers.
You know he was coming for Deebo, and Kyle snatched him right up from under him.
That's smart.
Yeah, when Seattle took DK Metcalf.
Yeah, but also
our next pick was Deebo.
But also, Bill Belichick drafted a punter and a kicker in this draft, and they ain't winning no Super Bowl.
My boy,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what Bill Belichick's doing in his draft. He ain't winning no Super Bowls as long as Tom Brady ain't his quarterback. So I don't care about what you building your team around and what you building your roster around. I drafted a kicker and a punter. Oh well, Bill did it, so I don't feel bad about Jake Moody. I don't give a fuck about what Bill Belichick's doing. He ain't won no Super Bowl since Tom Brady left the building, and he ain't gonna win none. And I'm sorry, he the fourth best. He the fourth best team in his division right now. He the fourth best team in his division right now. Well, I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to hear about Bill Belichick.
Miami's better and Buffalo's
better. All three of those teams are better. All three of them are better.
Hey,
and Matt Jones, I feel bad because everybody's going to throw it at his feet. It ain't his feet. It's Bill Belichick decides to draft whoever it is that he wants to draft, and everybody just assumes it's gospel because he won a bunch of Super Bowls because Tom Brady was his quarterback. Tom ain't walking through those doors, bro.
So late.
This is true. But look, guys, let's break down the everybody's predictions. Okay, we'll start out first. King Sersky, 13-4, his signature win. Eagles.
All right. Yeah, we need that get back.
Hell yeah.
Super Dave, the OG, 15-2, his signature win. The Eagles.
All right.
All right. We got Silverado Kev, 13-4. His signature win, them Cowboys. All right.
All right.
Judah Great, also 13-4. His signature win, them Eagles.
Tear that ass up.
All right.
All right, you got myself. Yes, that is a Yankee fitted, Jason. You see it?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Love it.
Center Pride. 15-2. My signature win, them boys. And last but damn sure not least, our guest of honor, Mr. Jason Aponte. He says 14-2. His signature.
How? It's got to be. Wait.
He changed. He flip flopped on us.
No, but hold on. There's 17 games in the season.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry, man.
Stop.
It's cool. It's cool. I had it 13-4. Yeah, I had it 13.
My apologies. I know I messed up. I messed up somebody once.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I got a question.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, man.
Yep.
So busy working.
I got a question.
I messed you up last year, Dollar.
I got a question, man. Don and Kevin, I got a question, man. Why the hell y'all got the Cowboys team to win? We've been kicking their ass for the past few years.
Up and down the block.
It feels good to beat them.
The regular season is different.
It always feels good to beat Dallas.
You know,
I don't care if it's regular season, playoffs, preseason.
Well, Jason said it earlier. Sometimes shit gonna happen. So we can see ourselves losing to the fucking Jaguars, but not the Cowboys. Shit gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I got more likely that something will happen against Dallas than Jacksonville.
Jared, don't cook in my ass.
Let's not forget. The wrinkle for the season is Amazon now has flexibility. So those Thursday night games that are set in stone now could change. And that could mess this up.
I think the Niners already got two already.
Yeah.
So they're good. Yeah, so they're good. Like they're set. You can't flex them out of two. Like so the NFL bullshits about player safety and they say, well, we want to take away
They're
kickoffs.
not concerned about that.
Yeah, they're not concerned about that. So they already got the Thanksgiving game and they already have the home opener. So they got two. So the Niners can't get flexed. But to the point more than anything is injuries happen. You don't know who's going to be starting quarterback. Like that's what's weird about the league. We can look at you can look up and down the 49ers schedule and say in a perfect world, while the 49ers are healthy, every single person's going to play and they're going to play to their best ability. None of those teams can beat the 49ers. And I think that's what's exciting about the 49ers. But I think that's what's interesting about doing season predictions right now before training camp is what we'll look back on.
We're basically relying on pieces of paper right now. We haven't seen them
100%
in actual.
Alrighty, guys. So it's a little after 10 on our side of town, Jason.
Oh yeah, I gotta get to sleep, man.
Shit, who you telling?
I know a small person who's gonna get up, knocking me on the head in a little while.
I know the deal. I told you this dude.
Yeah, same shit. Yeah. They don't care about sleep. They don't care about daylight savings time. They don't care about none of that shit, bro. Like daylight savings time means you gotta sleep in one more hour. They up on the hour that they need to be up.
Yeah, this dude.
You guys are in New York and New Jersey. You guys are in New York and New Jersey getting that Canadian fire air there. You guys need to be careful there.
I feel bad. I feel bad too, right? Like, cause I don't want to seem like a bad parent, but I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Clearly, like y'all can see behind me. Like I got on, and I was like, man, I already bought my tickets, man. Like we moving. Like we gonna get in the car, out the car, real quick, in and out. Like I like that fire. That fire made my shit look like Total Recall. And like where I'm at in my house, but that wasn't gonna stop me from seeing the movie. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's just
look at Kev.
That's just crazy.
Well, Jason ain't told y'all he was dressed up like Spider-Man, like a motherfucker in there.
Hell yeah, I told you I ain't gonna lie. What you mean, man? I look.
Oh no, you ain't tell us that earlier.
I know what I said was I showed up in a Spider-Man t-shirt. I'm not playing games. It's a suit, like t-shirt, like whatever, all that. Like I'll
do the t-shirt. I'm not wearing no costume.
No. I saw somebody pull up in the costume and I dapped him. Like I said, "What's up, man?" I was like, "What's up, Spider-Man suit?"
I mean, my son, come on, he's 5. He can get away with that shit. I can't get away with that.
No.
Like I said, if that picture got out, man, I'm done.
Let me find out you was at Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was in that shit with a tight ass spandex suit, all that shit, man.
I know where you catch Jason in that shit. I know where you catch Jason in it.
Hey, look, and if you catch me in it, like I ain't even gonna slide back from it. I'm gonna just lift my shit up and be like, what up? Like, what's happening?
There you go.
You do the Comic-Con?
No, they got one in Brooklyn coming up like really soon, and I really do want to do that. But I won't dress up. I would just go there to because they have like tables there.
Hey Jason, don't feel bad because when Black Panther came out, these motherfuckers were dressed up like Africans.
Hey,
they was.
Talk about it.
It's a bitch.
Yes, I was.
Theater the 49ers.
Right.
These motherfuckers was an African garb like a motherfucker.
Let's talk about it. That's the thing. It's like, and this is what the beautiful thing about this Spider-Man movie, right? Is I'm Puerto Rican, like full, right? But like my nephew, he's half, and he's another sort of Spanish, which is a darker skin. it's a beautiful thing for people to be able to see representation on their screen. And I think that's the best part about all of these things, right? Is like no matter Black Panther right now is as big as it's been, but it wasn't something that was represented during the comics. Like people weren't going to tell you that they were Black Panther comic fans like back then. So this is the beautiful thing about all this stuff. So like again, my daughter she's light skinned like me, but she half Dominican and half Puerto Rican. I want her to be able to like, the next movie is I want to take her to Little Mermaid. I want her to be able to feel like she's the Little Mermaid, right? Like she can do all those things. So like this is the beauty part of what everything is happening right now. So yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah, well, my son, he's Black and Puerto Rican, so he thinks
that's it. He's Miles. That's it, bro. He's Miles.
Yeah,
he's Miles.
Hey, man, get out of here, man. You ain't no Miles Morales. Get out of here.
He's Miles.
All right, kick Miles' ass.
So hold on, wait. You're the father. You're African American, and his mom is Puerto Rican.
Yes,
that's Miles. That is Miles. His father is the cop that's African American.
Hey, look, and he looked like Don.
Let's go. Let that man wear the whole suit. Yo,
Jason,
let him go.
Jason, don't the dad look like Don?
Yep. And hold up. And I'm gonna ask you because you from Georgia.
I gotta go see this now.
It's old boy from ATL on Georgia that does his voice. Not Donald Glover. Donald Glover.
Right.
The other dude, the one who
the one playing paper boy.
Paperboy.
Yeah.
That's he does the voice. He do the voice for
that motherfucker look just like Don. When I was in the movie theater, I said, damn, that motherfucker look like Don. That motherfucker look just like Don, man.
Wow.
Hey man.
But this is all good stuff. This is not like even snapping. Like this is all good stuff, man.
I don't think I'm gonna let you get off this broadcast without. Now,
he do though.
You do know there's going to be a versus with Atlanta and New York.
Wiping the floor with y'all, man.
There's going to be
just let me know when that is so I can watch from
September
YouTube.
2nd, Labor Day.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, I have conflicting feelings about that. That one.
Don't worry about it. No worry. We got this.
Wiping the floor with their ass.
We got this. Don't get it twisted. We got this. You know what I noticed too? The hottest rappers in New York right now are all the females.
Yes.
Hey, I was just about to say, damn, I said New York got the hot rappers.
Scarlett got the hardest. Scarlett got the hardest record.
It's all females.
Scarlett got the hardest record in New York right now, easily, hands down. Get the fuck up out New York. Like that's the hardest record in New York, easily, hands down.
No
question. I'm gonna test your New York card, Jason.
Go.
Hardest female rapper.
Right now?
Out of New York. New York's hardest.
Right. Are you talking about right now or ever?
No, ever.
Oh, ever. Oh, this is a good discussion. A lot of people want to like just jump to Lil' Kim, but a lot of people have a discussion about like, hey, Big wrote this and that. You know what? As a Jay-Z fan, I have an unpopular opinion. It's Foxy.
Foxy Brown?
Yeah.
MC Light.
MC Light.
That's a good answer.
MC Light is my choice.
That's a good answer.
MC Light.
That's 100% a good answer. I'm not gonna argue with you about that. All right, here's I don't want to make this too whatever. This is the platform to do it. Foxy, right? Foxy and Lauryn Hill represented. Yeah. I'm sorry, Todd. I'm just looking away.
That motherfucker look just like Don. The glasses and all, man.
No, look, Don,
I
real
will
quick.
say this for Foxy Brown. When she came out from that Who Shot You remix, she was among the hottest in the game when she first came out.
So, Don, what I wanted to say
by the way, I'm very good friends with her brothers.
Good.
I'm very good friends with her brothers.
And
I don't think she's the best.
And I think this is the perfect platform to say things like this. Is Foxy was dark skinned, right? Like, and I think that a lot of people at that time still, and we still have issues like that right now, like on June 7th, 2023. Foxy and Lauryn Hill had to fight through a lot of that, right? And Foxy carved her own lane of being sexy on her own, and also like the music. Again, Jay-Z helps, Jay-Z wrote and all that stuff. So I kind of lean Foxy, man. I lean Foxy because of the position she was put in, and I do fuck with her music a little bit. Also, Foxy was a part of the firm. She was a part of the firm.
And
wait,
light. How could you put Foxy?
I'm going Nicki Minaj.
Oh man,
but that's now.
Nicki Minaj.
You talking about now?
But Jason, here's the thing about Foxy too. He had the corporate.
Nicki Minaj.
Yo, Sersky said Ice Spice. Ice Spice.
Foxy had more.
Ice Spice is now.
Foxy had more of an advantage than Lil' Kim because she had Def Jam behind her. I mean, she came out on LL's
Kim was
record.
a Junior Mafia though.
But Kim had, she had Lance Undies.
Junior Mafia wasn't as big.
What? Because of Big. What you mean? Lil Cease was
if you with the Biggie camp, you that.
Talk to him, Cersei.
Who else made it out of Junior Mafia?
Jay was always the guy behind Big. So Foxy was behind the 8 ball. Like Kim being with Big, that's her springboard. But
exactly.
I won't be mad if you say Kim. I wouldn't be mad at that either. I would not be mad at that.
Man, the moral of the story is
oh, here we go.
Atlanta gonna wipe the floor with New York.
Wow.
we got that's the moral of the story.
I told you I had like a few more minutes. All right, this is what I'm gonna ask. What's the era? Are we talking about overall all time?
Hey, look, y'all can't talk about no era, but way back in the day, y'all can't talk about no new shit.
No, well, not new shit. That's
Wait a minute.
Listen,
y'all can't.
He went to a hip hop show.
Hey, look, listen.
Ask him who performed.
Man, look, listen. Tribe.
Answer. Who performed?
Tribe. Yeah.
It was New York artists that were performing. They don't want to hear that shit. Look, even our old.
Like I said, when we put out some New York shit, we got to get the dust off it. We got to y'all shit. We got to blow the dust off y'all shit.
Hey Jason, they about half a step behind them Chicago rappers.
I'm going to say the same thing I said.
About that. At least we alive to perform out. I'm going to say the same thing. Y'all in jail. All that's in jail.
I'm going to say the same thing.
Dust off that shit.
The Locks versus Dipset. It has to be crafted for Jermaine Dupri to win, because if we talk about volume of hits, JD cannot get with Bad Boy.
Ooh, I got an unpopular opinion. Can I get this one off?
If he crafts it correctly, he can beat Bad Boy.
Can I get this one off?
Hold on.
Can I get this one off real quick?
Go ahead.
Let our guest speak.
JD gonna beat Diddy if it comes.
Gonna beat the brakes off.
Yeah, that shit too much. And also
gonna beat the brakes.
JD also said he got Biggie unreleased records in the tuck.
You're no longer allowed back in the.
Gonna beat the brakes off.
JD lets off a Biggie record unreleased that nobody ever heard. And yeah, no.
Hey, look. See, the crazy thing is, y'all just when y'all think about JD, y'all just thinking Bow Wow or Escape or some shit like that. Chris Cross. But JD catalog deep, dude. JD done wrote a lot of shit for a lot of motherfuckers that you ain't even thinking about, dude.
No, if we're not talking about New
that
York,
well deep. That well deep.
You talking about Dupree and Diddy? Then I've got an unpopular opinion that I think that JD's shit is like, and JD just put out an album with Currency this past year. Like Diddy still ain't putting shit out. All he doing is running around with Young Miami right now.
Diddy, first of all, don't produce shit. He just hop on shit that's already made and put his voice on it.
But if you talking about New York, Atlanta, like that's when I gotta ask Era. Like I can't.
Milli Vanilli.
But here's the thing: with verses, it doesn't matter if you wrote the song or not. All you have to do is appear on the song. And
hey, Jermaine Dupri is in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. He in the Hall of Fame, bro. Songwriter Hall of Fame. Diddy ain't gonna never be in the Mythom Writer Hall of Fame.
Diddy's persona, I don't feel like JD can touch. But if we talking about just records, I don't think.
Yep.
I don't think that it's clear and cut as dry as what you guys.
He gonna kick Puffy back in.
Don't stop. We held down a decade, man. We held down a whole
yes.
Decade, man.
But Diddy is on our back because of who he is, right? Who he's been able to be in the background, like New York is that, like New York is that.
I'm sorry. Look at this shit, Kev. Look, kid put down there. Roxanne Shante. I'm sorry.
You tried to cook KRS-One back in the day.
Hey, I respect KRS-One.
Me too.
I respect it.
Me too.
They don't go back like that.
I know my shit or whatever too. That's why I love the hip hop shit. It's like everybody just looks at me like oh no. I care more about that shit than I do football. More basically, like at times.
Yeah,
for sure.
And we have fun with it on here, Jason. When we start talking about hip hop, man. We have so much fun, dude.
I love it,
man. Cause we from that shit. What Terra say? It's your hottest 20 bangers.
That's it. And again, like Diddy could be a feature on one of the records that he chooses. He didn't produce it. He might not have written it, but it's part of his protocol. Right. Like that's the thing is like JD. I feel like you forgot like how much like he's actually contributed in terms
when
of
when them bangers start coming on, motherfuckers gonna remember real quick.
But Diddy does have this.
Man,
Diddy does have this. He could fuck around and just play. He could just fuck around and play Biggie records.
That's what he gonna have to do to win.
And that's part of his. That's part of his.
And not this big. He gonna play the locks. He gonna play all that. He gonna play all that.
No, I know.
But JD does have Mariah Carey in his pocket.
Okay.
He has Janet Jackson in his pocket.
Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
This is what makes that conversation so interesting.
It's gonna go past 20 songs.
Asses is getting up off them chairs.
It's gonna go past 20 songs. You're gonna need 25 to 30.
Jump right up. If I play it right now, I'm gonna shut.
It's too many.
Well, no. If you choose the records you want to choose, and if y'all are gonna do that, please just invite me so I can watch. Like I just want to watch. I just want to know like when you guys do that. But if y'all gonna pick, if y'all gonna pick the records,
JD gone, man.
If y'all gonna pick the records back and forth, then I just want to watch. That's all I care about.
JD has Usher in his corner, but so does Diddy. They can split artists.
No, but I mean, Usher got the bigger hits with JD.
Diddy's on a record with Usher that the Neptunes produced. Again, like you're talking about look, man, I'm not downplaying Diddy. And again, this is a guy who my father grew up in the Bronx. I'm literally going to Hip Hop 50. Like I'm going to Yankee Stadium when this comes out, like, and they're doing the record. But like, it's just Jermaine Dupri has done too much and had his hands in too much. And I feel like you are like this.
You got to go back, but you got to go back to Uptown Records with Diddy.
Man, I don't give a damn where you go with Diddy. You can go to the moon with that motherfucker. Jermaine Dupri finna bust that ass up.
The catalogs are that close. That's why I think it's going to take more than 20 songs.
Together, man. We're going to stomp y'all here. We're going to do y'all like the Niners going to do the right. We're going to stomp y'all.
It's going to get ugly, Don. I'm telling you. It's going to
get slaughter you. I'm going to just say, hey, didn't I tell you, man?
It's just Don. It's just, I feel like.
It's going to get ugly, Don. I'm telling you.
I feel like.
Not worried about you.
There was a long time where the East Coast completely dismissed the South and dismissed every single portion of the South. And I feel like now there is a reconciliation that needs to happen and needs to like necessarily be spoken about, because the South has done so much lately. And now I'm not talking about like a few years. I'm talking about like for the past like decade and a half, that New York needs to catch up with, because New York hasn't been unified. 50 Cent put a middle ground in front of people.
Hey man, and I'm just saying.
Back in the day, the West Coast was dominating with Death Row.
But listen,
there you go. So this.
But when JD gonna bring out JD bringing out T.I., he bringing out Ludacris, he bringing out all these motherfuckers. He gonna shut that shit down, man.
And he can also bring out T.I. That's why it's going to be so close.
Yeah, but Diddy ain't produced nothing for T.I.
It doesn't matter.
Damn sure did.
See, but like, if you play a song that Diddy is
JD bringing out Killer Mike, out man, boy, it's gonna get ugly, boy.
If he brings out Usher on a song that he was
he gonna get ugly, boy.
On that the Neptunes produced on, that's not his record.
But you got then some of Nelly
not how the versus format works.
But hey, look.
Is make an appearance on the record and it's considered yours.
Hey, look, but some of Nelly biggest hits.
He never outshone Usher.
Some of Nelly biggest hits. Most of Nelly biggest hits, JD.
Fair.
Most of Nelly's biggest hits are JD.
The strength here. He pulls artists from all over the South. Motherfucker, I'm giving you the 5 boroughs. I'm giving you the metro area. The 5 boroughs.
And we gonna clap that shit like some booty cheeks. We bring out
the he don't know Black Moon. He don't know.
Well, we go.
But Don,
clap that shit.
This is why I'm asking you, right? This is why I'm asking you the eras.
That's all they do is sing jingles. That's
the
all
eras.
They do. Oh, you know
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Don. Like, what's the errors, right? Like, what's the errors? What we battling? What's the errors, right? Like, if we talking about the errors in the '90s, I don't think there's really much of a discussion that needs to be had when it comes to that. That's is what's the errors. If you're talking about like regions and you're just gonna talk about bangers from the regions, I think it's a much broader discussion. If you're talking about the '90s, New York against Atlanta, I don't really think that's much of a discussion. Like, really, at this point.
The '90s was East and West.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So what's the? This is why. Look, and this is why.
No one saying words.
Done. If y'all can go versus, y'all can't just pick
you're right,
time frames. Y'all just gotta do eras, and y'all just gotta do. I mean, y'all just do areas. So you gotta do.
And honestly, it wouldn't be fair to him. It wouldn't be fair to him. All they have in that era is who? Outkast. That's all you can give the South at that time. Atlanta. But let's say the South. The South.
I'm not even going.
Atlanta.
I want to watch. I just want to watch. I don't want to be the person who chooses.
Not only Atlanta. You got Houston. You got the Ghetto Boys, Scarface, and all those guys.
You ain't got nothing to do with that.
New Orleans.
Listen, New Orleans. He's talking Atlanta. They don't even
talk about. So y'all doing Atlanta against New York?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And what I'm saying is this.
I thought you talking about like in general, like
consider
the South.
Atlanta the South. You know they don't consider y'all the South.
Huh?
Who don't?
The South.
Who don't?
Houston and all, they don't consider y'all the South. Yeah.
Who don't?
When you
consider y'all the South, Bree.
When you think about Atlanta, boy, you think about dirty South. They call us the dirty. We the dirty South. We the dirty South.
My man Memphis
When
Maine
Pimp C went on the radio.
They call Georgia the dirty. We the dirty, right?
I'm gonna have fun on Labor Day when this battle takes place.
When Pimp C was alive, he got on the radio station and said in the Ozone magazine that when he get off in Atlanta, he got to change his watch because he said it's not the South, it's the East Coast. Because you go to Atlanta, you got to change.
But they call Virginia. They say Virginia the South.
Virginia ain't the South neither.
Virginia,
parts of it is,
but they label Virginia as the South.
One of my best friends from Virginia, he got that down south. Like he be like, man, hey, he be like, where them girls at? Like he got that whole accent. He from Virginia. He from Newport News, like the same place where Allen Iverson and Michael Vick from. So it's weird, man. It's
what they call
the
that
same
bad
thing.
news.
But I mean, Texas can go either way. You can say it's the Southwest or the South. I mean,
Texas
it's kind of
his own planet.
The how I go for down here, the South starts from Virginia all the way over to Louisiana, and that way it ends at.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, see, what a fun episode. You know, real talk. This is what you get, man. We all
what a fun ass episode.
Texas. We all.
What's that, Kel?
Different opinion. It's different
opinion. Yeah, food. Yeah, food is right up under us. I just said it's not. I'm just saying, they count the South as from Virginia all the way down to Louisiana.
I don't think Virginia and the South. I don't think people in Virginia talk like the South.
Oh, yes, the hell they do. We got a lot of motherfuckers that live here from Virginia. They talk just like us, dude.
They do.
Virginia is the South.
Like I said, one of my best friends is from Newport News, and he be on all of that shit or whatever too.
Oh,
man.
he talk like
he talk like y'all. Like he be like, "What's up, man?" He be like, "Where them girls at?" And I'm like, he spelled girls like GULLSS. Yeah, LS. Yeah, like he with it like that.
Oh, okay. I thought they talk proper and stuff. Like,
so no, it depends on where you from. Like where Chris Brown from, like that shit closer to the north or whatever. Like in Virginia, he don't want to act hard or whatever. But like closer to like Newport News and later on, like those are the guys that really be like down south.
Well, I'm from Mississippi, so that's where I was born.
We can tell, Sersky.
I'm from the South.
We know. We know.
I'm from the poorest state in the country, Mississippi, the poorest state in the country. In the South.
Fuck Brett Favre, by the way, too. Let's make sure we get that out there and we make sure lock Brett Favre ass up.
And you see, they don't talk. Nobody talk about that no more.
He going to jail.
Oh no. They back on it now. He went on Donald Trump Jr. podcast and he was talking shit or whatever about like how everybody controls the media. Man, take your ass to jail, bro. Like go to jail, bro. Like nobody want to hear what you got to say, man. Go to fucking jail.
Get your ass in them cold bracelets.
Bro, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
Control no media. Now it's a conspiracy because his ass got caught.
Yeah, he mad now.
I love slandering Brett Favre. I'm good with that. I've always been good with that. Like even before this, like it's just furthering my propaganda because I always felt like he was one of the most overrated quarterbacks. He had always been the reason his team lost. He always threw the last interception that his team lost, and he won one Super Bowl, and everybody just. So I'm good with this, man. Brett Favre.
Then he gonna sit up somewhere talking about.
Especially when it come to brothers at that position, they ain't ready. They need a little time. They ain't ready.
Yeah, he was saying that about Trey.
Get out of here.
He was saying that shit about Aaron Rodgers, who like I don't even gotta like look at like I watched both of them. I know Aaron Rodgers better than you, bro. He been better than you. Like stop.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, fuck Brett Favre. Get in a jumpsuit, nigga.
Get your ass in there. Get your ass in some shackles, bro. Yo, he went on that podcast. I was like, bet. I was like, I'm with it. I was like, all I gotta do is just keep doubling down on this thing. Like, I was like, I'm great. I was like, I feel great about it. Promise.
Yeah, man.
This is what you get with our show every week. Part football, part double XL.
Don't bring me back no more, man. Don't bring me back.
Nah, you coming back?
Hey, we be all over the place.
I'll come back whenever y'all want. I love doing this, man. I love y'all format. Shout out to all of you guys, man. I love exactly what you guys are doing, man. Keep going, man. I love all of you guys.
That's right, man. Not just real talk, real life.
Yeah, man.
That being said, fellas. Hey,
and we
out. All right. First and foremost, we want to thank the Real Talkers, each and every one of you, for spending this beautiful, well, for us, smoky Wednesday night, rocking out with us, our special guest, Mr. Jason Aponte. All right, let's give Jason a round of applause, y'all.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. As always, man. Let me know. I'm always with it. I love what you guys are doing. And as always, man, let's go Niners, man. We got different opinions, but we always want this team to win. That's all we care about.
Exactly.
To the real talkers. Give it up, y'all, for the Real Talkers. Rock it out with the crew. And I got to give the go round. Okay, we give a special shout out. Silverado Cav, Judah Great, King Sersky, and last but damn sure not least, Super Dave, the OG, the Real Talk 92 crew. What up, y'all? Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. G, in the place to be. We also want to give a special shout out to our partner in crime, Get 'em Boy and Real.
Get him.
Right. That brother's props, Big Lou, for the artwork you see on the broadcast. And like we always say around this time, stay faithful, but more importantly, stay real. Because if you're not real, it makes no sense to be faithful. I didn't mess up this time tonight.
Right.
I didn't mess up. That I didn't forget. All right. Get us out of here, Jew.
Hey, look, real talkers, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all from holding out for us, man. We know we started a little late, but hey, look, it was all worth it, man. Well worth it. We appreciate y'all, man. We ran a little long tonight, but we had our brother Jason in here with us, man. And that's what happened when you get your brothers together, man. And we just go all over the place. It was an awesome show. I love it. We're having no other way. Done. Production as always off the chain. So you did the thing, man. Fellas, love y'all dudes, man. Jason, anytime you want to come on, man, you're welcome, dude. Hey, look, love rocking out with you, man. You're a trip, boy. Hey, real talkers, like I said before, Atlanta gonna beat the shit out of New York when it comes to this versus. But hey, look, it's 90 games over everything, and we out.
Oh, damn.
Let's go.
Big Smoke.
What's happening? It's your partner Red Eye, man.
We total devastation.
That's right. You can't do a touchdown without TD, baby.
We doing that real talk, not no talk.
Real talk, not a talk.
I'm more worried about us doing our thing than anything else.
Real talk, not a talk.
I wasn't gonna say shit. I was just gonna let our team pull up to the stadium, get out the bus, beat their ass, and go home.
Welcome to the show. Say it with your chest. Identify yourself in the comments.
All right.
Before we begin, introducing the real talk, not the talk crew. Real thoughts, not the thoughts infused. Silverado care, do the great super day. They got Nana style, the coach too cool to rate. Your views to debate about this Nana squad. Tap in on the entire squad and see, was it a fumble? Was it a catch? Was it a double? Did we play our best? Nana's in the building, say it with your chest. Still on the quest, striving for 6. That's Nana talk, best in the West. Fighting for this 'cause we desire more, and that's real talk. Are you up for discussion? Nana gang over everything production, live with no interruptions. We talking red and gold. Real talkers in the building and them hating trolls. The broadcast ain't official without the Royal Niner animal.